Anjing. Arah YouTube mau ya? Awas, like no drop frames at all. Fuck! No, I'm not using this stream anymore. This stream has not been working out well past while. So Twitch uses that as something yang works for the system. Should I retry that or no? It's working fine so far on YouTube. Bah guys, we're going to YouTube. It's okay on YouTube. It does show kan kalau lagging atau tidak. Kalau the frame drops on YouTube it shows right on OBS. Right. Day 5. Alright, you know what it is. Wait, can. Aku kah? Wait, what you mean? Mana ada? Masih ada? Coba cek now. So, no, is it actually ada suaraku dalam sana tu indah? Oh! And we are still sorry for the stream, sorry for the delay, ladies and gentlemen. We're having a little bit of difficulties in regards to the stream. So hope you guys stay tuned and And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Weekend Warriors X ESB League of Legends Online Tournament. This is the third place match between Xphia Gaming against Vamos. And here we are. We are on YouTube instead of the normal Twitch. Unfortunately, some issues were happening due to Twitch's service. And we're back on the YouTubes. Tonight, you are joined in here with me, Commentator Z, as well as Commentator Coco. Coco, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm here again. I hope nobody's sick of our voices yet.
Hey, it do be like that, but here we are. A lot of bands here, very, very early on. We see Olaf, Jarvan, as well as the Anivia for Xphia Gaming. And on the red side, the Vamos, we are seeing a Wukong, Vladimir, as well as a Lucian being banned out. And Senna is going to be the first pick for them.
Senna support, very aggressive support going in. So far, I think the biggest thing that we are going to look for Xphia if they do want to win is that they need to clean up that bot lane play a lot, since that has been what cost them a game or two so far. So I would say that would be the weakest thing so far. On side of Vamos, I don't remember if their losing points were that significant, because they did lose only to Sigma.
All right, so how this matchup came to be is that we had the game between Vamos against Sigma was supposed to be last night, but unfortunately due to some uncontrollable events, we had to postpone it to this afternoon, and it was a 2-1 in favor for Team Sigma. It was a stomp all of the games. First game, Vamos kind of stomped Sigma a little bit. Second game, Sigma stomped Vamos. Third game, you know, they had a mid lane Kayn. It was pretty OP. Blue Kayn as well, so it just stomped everyone else. And yeah, it pushed Vamos down into the lower bracket against Xphia Gaming.
All right, we're gonna see the Ornn pick up again. And I feel like we've seen a lot of top Ornn actually, especially from the side of I believe Xphia's played quite a lot of top Ornn actually this game, right?
Yeah, and I feel like top Ornn does pretty well.
Oh, definitely does pretty well. It has a lot of teamfight usefulness. But as we can see here, the Vamos has already locked in their already locked in the jungler. They've already locked in their mid laner as well as their top lane. So the only unknown so far is going to be the bot lane. And as they are going for a counter pick against the Senna, that's going to be an Xphia's ban and the Heimerdinger ban for Vamos so far, not wanting to deal with anything a little bit too annoying, I would say, right now.
Yep, and usually Xphia insta-locking the Senna, it's usually okay. They're trying to do what Vamos does, what Vamos did back then, which is the Senna Volibear combo, but instead of Senna Volibear, it is the Senna Jarvan or Senna Set, I think, or whatever. So that's probably why Vamos is probably saving their final pick for bot lane, which makes a lot of sense. And top lane Spring TJP with the Kled and Don't Cry Amy as Karthus jungle. I'd love to see it. A lot of you see the last couple of bans is gonna be more towards bot lane oriented. Affiliates being banned out, Xayah being banned out, and the Heimerdinger and Veigar they saw Xphia's game last night against Phantasm.
A Kalista pick.
Okay. They had final pick too for Wind Thunders, but sure, all right, we're doing it.
No, I'm not saying I'm against a Kalista pick, but it's been years since Kalista is back being relevant. For people who do not remember, Kalista used to be a very good powerhouse AD carry. But there were a few issues with her kit, which was there was a certain point where having a certain amount of attack speed actually was useless, because the amount of time she spent hopping meant that she couldn't auto attack as fast as her attack speed. And the other problem was with the removal of enchantment boots. Or as we called it back then, tier 3 boots, Kalista's jump range is actually significantly reduced. But that being said, though, let's just look back into the team comp for Xphia right now. It looks like they are opting for a Senna AD carry over a Senna support. Let's have a guess on what the lane matchup is going to look like.
Yep, it's going to be a Senna Renekton from the looks of it. And then Minion Slayer playing the Sylas in the mid lane and Ornn up in the top lane. I mean, I want to see Sylas versus Ryze. as we said before, I mean, Rise late game based, so don't need to do much early game. But Zac with his ganking capabilities will definitely be a bit tough on them.
I will say, Karthus would need to watch out towards the 5.5 minute mark, just because if I was a Silas player and I wanted to be cheeky, I would be hunting the Karthus as soon as I hit 6, not to kill him, but just to take his ultimate. So that just adds a global pressure, and
Mm-hmm.
you combo that with the Senna, right? You could set up a good mid lane gang, a good top lane gang, or you could set up an aggressive fight and then finish it out with a Karthus ultimate. Well, that's just me. I'm a very simplistic man. I see wombo combo. I like to do wombo combo.
Hey, come on! During the times of Malphite, Alistar, Oriana, Yasuo, and whoever last guy is, come on, we'd
Don't
love
forget
to see
misfortune.
Misfortune. Yo, a Mumu too. Just press R and win. You
The
know.
curse of the bullet time.
Ay ay ay. But looking at the picks here, I would want to see how the Cartus is gonna play out. It's a very, I would say it's niche. People still play it, but it's just like
I say that so this is one of the things that I will say. I don't want to say I'm an expert, but I do want to say it's something I do favor. I love playing on unorthodox jungles, and Karthus is one of my favorite. It's a bit
yo.
sad they actually reduced the movement speed on Karthus just to slow down his clear speed by just a bit. But
Speaking
Jungle Karthus is actually pretty strong, especially when you go in against Zac. Zac is You will still lose on a one-on-one against Zac if Zac
definitely,
manages to land
definitely.
all his skills onto you. But the thing about this is that because your opponent is Zac, you only need to worry about Zac ganking your lanes. Whereas as a Karthus, you can actually power farm the jungle and hit and rush six and kind of ignore your lanes, really. You
Mm-hmm.
could run in to help your lanes if you wanted to. You could come in with the wall and slow them down. But the problem we have here is that Kled and Rice don't really have a hard CC. Rice needs to set up for a CC, and it's a bit dangerous against a Silas, just because Silas, who typically maxes W, would be able to sustain a lot of the damage if Karthus gets too close.
And not speaking of pocket jungler picks, unorthodox junglers. I feel like this particular Carthus might play around uh, bot lane or top lane a bit more. But at the same time, it could just be like them. Okay, we should just farm to 6 because Kled very relatively strong mid game, early game. But like comparing to an Ornn, he's probably going to be do a lot. So we'll be looking at very late game scaling from Vamos, especially with the Kalista and Nautilus. Once you're 6, it's pretty much maybe game, maybe not. That's how I feel about the Vamos' team comp. Whereas for Xphia, they can do either way. Renekton in the bot lane with the Senna is actually pretty busted, especially if you've seen Vamos's Senna Volibear in the bot lane. Yo, it's crazy. And Silas as well as the Ornn. Like I mean, it can go anywhere. Just want to see how these teams play it out because whoever loses this is gonna get eliminated and pushed back. No, they're just gonna get eliminated. That's how I feel about this matchup. And spectator's delay is currently over. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are gonna hop into the loading screen very, very soon.
Yeah, I'm just really excited to see this game from a team fight perspective, really, because you have a very strong Nautilus engage, you have the Kalista engage. It's been so many years since I've seen Kalista, and actually, this is a little bit interesting. When you do see a cleanse on Kalista, there is no heal,
Yeah.
which means that if you, I believe they should notice this right away. It is it would do a favor for you to try and set up early ganks at bot lane just to burn the flash and the cleanse, because without the heal, I believe Senna and Renekton and as a support can go extremely aggressive onto them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just think they can go extremely aggressive onto them. So it is up to Nautilus to actually try and keep Kalista alive as long as possible in the early game. because they definitely want to kill. If there's no heal, there's no defensive spells, right? You want to take advantage of it and try and press your advantage.
Yeah, most definitely. Because and the thing is, Senna and Renekton, they are Renekton can can pressure very good. Can Renekton has very strong pressure earlier on in the game. So like he can dish out damage and Senna as well, just like poking them from afar. And speaking of how Kalista is like damage, something I would say Kalista is like a mid game to late game champion. So she can stack up items, just do better later the game goes. So if Xphia can play it out very well earlier on, I think they can probably get the early advantage from this.
Yep, exactly. Do you think there's any specific matchups that you kind of like to look at?
Assassins, a lot of assassins. Unfortunately, we didn't
No, I
get.
mean from this game, from this game.
Oh, this game in particular, I would maybe the junglers, Karthus against the Zac. Both, yes, Karthus can dish out damage. Zac can also do that, but he's more of like tanky health, and Karthus, just damage. So it's a little bit hard to kill both of them at the same time, without having extra people to save them and try and deal the damage, right? Or tank it or whatever. So
Exactly.
gonna be hard, I feel,
I,
for
f- I
both
feel like
jugglers to 1v1.
The Karthus Senna interaction is going to be extremely interesting, just because as a Karthus you like to say, all right, they're all low. I'm gonna use my ultimate right now. The only problem with that is actually if Senna pays attention, she could technically save her entire team with a well timed ultimate.
Hmm.
It's like, oh, Karthus is going to use his ult. All right, I'm going to heal everybody.
I mean, not just is her ultimate alone. Senna's Q heals for a lot. So like, team fights
Oh
and
yeah,
whatnot.
definitely. But I mean more like it's like you want to use a global ult, I'll use my
Yeah,
global ult, and
exactly, exactly.
as a damage for shield thing.
And
And
again,
I feel like as a Karthus, you would be so frustrated if that was to happen.
definitely frustrated. And this is gonna be the match between Xphia Gaming and Vamos. We have Xphia on the red side and Vamos on the blue side. XD Streza as Orn in the top lane, Seven Eternal as Zac in the jungle, Minion Slayer as Silas mid, Deer 6 as Senna AD carry, and Busty Crusher as the Renekton support. And on the blue side, on the red side, I mean, we have Vamos, Sprinty JP as Kled in the top lane, Don't Cry Amy as Karthus in the jungle, C9 Snipe as Rise mid lane, Noun 1 as Kalista AD carry, and Wind Thunders as the Nautilus. And we are gonna head on straight into a pause because one of the top laners is having an issue with um, connection. And yeah, they kind of tried, they want to try to reconnect, and so far we just have to wait.
Yep, and actually, I think about it. I don't. Oh yeah, it's already confirmed at this point. But I was pretty sure that although you think South Senna as maybe an ADC, they are going to opt her into the quote unquote support role,
Yeah.
where Renekton's actually going to get the farm on. But it doesn't change the dynamic of the bot lane, where we do expect Senna to be doing most of the poking. She does have the spectral sickle, which means that she is going to go for a lot of harassment for that gold generation, and Renekton is going to be doing all that CSing. This might be a little bit difficult just because it gives actually Callista a little bit of forward room in being able to be aggressive, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can punish, especially a range against melee matchup. You can punish a melee champion when they are taking their CS. She only has to watch out for the Senna, which I think Nautilus can take care of that quite well. As long as they play it, I believe this matchup should be done in a parallel setup. They should be fine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And right now, I'm not sure if any one of them is trying to look for a cheesy play earlier on. Nautilus trying to skirt around the bot lane side of the river, trying to look for players. I don't think anyone's gonna, do any risky business trying to invade. especially
With
this.
with the semifinals on the line, I don't really think it's too much of a good idea. But even
Hmm.
that being said, I will argue that I think Vamos will have a better level one setup
Yeah, most definitely. If
against
Minions have
um
spawned.
Xphia.
against Xphia.
Hmm. Even if they want to go very aggressive, I would also feel like Vamos would get the W.
Because if left unchecked, you do have a Callista, and I'm pretty sure it is extremely standard for Callistas to start Ren first, which is her E. So as long as you don't pay attention to her, she's gonna sack up those Ren stacks really quick.
And then next thing you know it, your health is gone. And both teams is gonna be starting on the bot side of their jungle. And Seven Eternal is gonna go towards the red buff first. Maybe you'll be seeing an early gank up in the top lane depending on his jungle path. And yo, C9 snipe the rise against the Silas. One of the few matches, one of the matchups that I would want to see how it's gonna be, how it's gonna work out in the mid lane. And as you said, yeah, that is gonna be the Ren stacked earlier out, and the poke from Senna doing a lot, and with Thunder's early aggression on towards the Renekton. Did manage to get the stun on, but not gonna be any more than that. That is an unfavorable trade for Vamos. They're losing out a lot.
Just look at that poke from Senna. That is just absolutely disgusting right now. The one thing actually I still dislike about Senna is that her Q range, right? Her piercing darkness is just
Okay, this is gonna be
so
an early
busted if you
aggression
haven't
from
played
Wind
it.
Thunders, but that is Busty Crusher forcing to use both of his summoners. Hey, one more ding. And ooh, not gonna be enough, but the spear from
The
Kalista
root comes
will
out
not
onto the Callista
land.
right now. She only has cleanse, and she opted not to use it. She's actually quite low. If she actually gets caught one more time, that's going to be first blood.
And not just that, yo, the Renekton was so low. Another tick of Ignite, he would have most probably been dead. Senna had to use heal. Renekton was forced to flash and use his Ignite as well during that fight. It was kind of
And
not
look at that,
so
Deer
smart.
6 is actually going really aggressive. He's actually wants to kill right now.
And here we go, Spring TJP. He's gonna get unmounted. He looks like he's losing the trade against the Ornn. The Ornn is winning, just a couple of mistakes more, and that is gonna be Senna rooted and booted very, very low. She is against minions, and that is first blood for Wind Thunders. That is just very aggressive. Minions was just auto attacking her once. The second she got rooted by Nautilus, and that is first blood.
That was definitely a greedy mistake, I would say. I will say it's a little bit uncharacteristic. As we
Okay,
can see,
there we go.
Arthas here already catching the Ornn right there. Both forcing to flash. Kled sadly not getting any results from his flash, but both top laners flashes down right now.
And here we go. That is going to be a gank from the Zac. Oh, the Q is not going to land. It landed, but it was a bit too far away for it to make any big of a difference. And they are trying to look for the Karthus. He is going to get sandwiched all alone. It probably might not be worth it. He does still have his flash up, but the knockup might land, and that is going to be Elastic Slingshot. He is forced to flash. Okay, nope. Made it out of there alive. So far, so good.
I will say I think that is a well-timed flash. If it was, let's be honest, right? If you're not of the highest caliber, you would panic flash and you might just flash right into that slingshot for all we know. As we look at bot lane again, Senna just dishing out a lot of poke onto the Callista.
Definitely not working out well for the Kalista dealing. She's just hurting right now. Not just that, having glacial augment on this Senna, it's just gonna slow you down, and her jumping is probably gonna be a bit difficult to deal with.
Definitely, as you can see here, looks like Spring Tea is actually toying with Ornn right now. As we're gonna have a gank in the bot lane. Karth is coming out with the win with the wall soon.
Oh, not gonna be enough. Busty Crusher, he does have the dash again. That's gonna be another teleport from Streza. A 5-man gank in the bot lane. The knockup is gonna land. 2 of them knocked up, and the root is gonna go towards Wind Thunders. He's gonna go down. Streza very, very low. Oh, most of the ramp stack is on him, but did not manage to press the button, and she makes it out of there alive. That was a beautiful 4-man gank from Xphia. Well timed, and it worked out very well. And oh boy, round 1 all alone there. The Zac is making his way down, playing very aggressive. They just need to wait for minions, and then they can try and go for the push again with Karthus very, very low as well in his jungle.
And Zed sees that Karthus is going. He's going in. He misses the elastic slingshot actually, but it's okay. He does have his stretching strike, and that's gonna pull Karthus back and secure the kill right there. I would say that's just slightly unfortunate that he did miss his elastic slingshot, but that's fine overall. It is slightly unfortunate at that bot lane if everyone is wondering why Spring Tea on the Kled did not teleport bot. You have to remember that he was extremely low. If he did opt to teleport bot, he would have just given away a kill for no reason. So Streza actually did have that teleport advantage in.
Minute Earth Dragon in there for the taking, and free. Why not? You take it. You take those.
Yep, if Dragon is HP value.
Yep, indeed. And right now another skirmish up in the top lane. But the thing is, Spring Tea did not teleport, but he is already 6. And with the death of Karthus earlier on, that might be free uncontested Dragon early on in 6.
It is always a good idea to take it right now. Especially, I believe that they did see the bot lane from Vamos actually backing, so they knew that they were safe for a Dragon take.
They could just, maybe we don't really have to do this. We're just gonna farm. I'm gonna go back and deal with this some other time. Play it chill. And the thing is, Vamos's team comp is very, late game scaling with the Rise as well as the Karthus. So even though if they want to try to do it a bit early, but it's just gonna be a bit hard. But speaking of Rise, he does have a good 10 CS lead ahead of the Zac. Been farming out very, very well. And Elastic Slingshot no, he's making some noise. He is looking for it. Minion Slayer is gonna miss his chains, and he is winning the trade so far. Yep, the Conquerors is working out well.
Yes, but Minion Slayer actually cannot go for any more trades because of that. He does not have any more mana to try and go for a second round, and C9 Snipe over there, he actually has just enough mana to go for another few rotations. As we can see here, looks like they might wanted to go for an engage, but they are actually not opting for that.
Oh, the Senna is gonna get dredge lined, and she is forced to flash out of there. But landing the stun on towards now and one, forced to flash out of the root. Oh, are they looking for another one? Vasicrusher back up to 75% HP, and he is trying to go for the poke against the dollar, but Year 6 a bit low, and there is Zac making his way down in the bot lane. Elastic Slingshot is not, it is barely gonna land, and both of them, another teleport from the Kled. Now and one is gonna be the first one to go down. Kled teleporting back from base. Karthus still far away. Kled not sure what to do in there. Everyone else is still there. You might die. He does not have flash, and that is Spring Tea JP getting the secure on towards the Crocodile. And C9 Snap a little bit too late there. They do have Realm Warp if they do choose to fight this again. Oh, there we go.
Again.
And Nautilus's ultimate is gonna get stolen. C9 Snipe is taking a lot of damage there, down to half HP. I'm not sure. Kled teleported a little bit too late, I feel.
I feel like the Kled teleport was alright. It was a reactionary teleport, which there isn't too much you can do about it. But I do think that, sorry, the teleport from the Rise was just a little bit questionable.
Definitely, because by the time he got there, everyone else was down.
The fight was way over by the time he decided to teleport, so he almost had no business doing there. Could have went mid for a little grab or something, but it happened.
Oh, don't try Amy. They want to try and go for the gank, but it will not reach range, a bit too far away. And Karthus is going to get knocked up, but Treza taking a lot of damage. Spring Tea JP is going to get the secure onto that one. Gets 2 kills. Gets another kill under his belt. Easy clap. He wants to, just stack it up for someone. Because Kled, we don't, put him on a leash. He is going to get pretty big, and this is going to be the roam from the bot lane. Now one as well as the others. Will they? Oh, they're gonna spot them.
Actually, right now, poke landing onto the center right there, but the last embrace is gonna keep them in check. The elastic slingshot actually misses everybody, and that's gonna be a good call from Kalista. This call, Fate's call, actually taking, Nautilus away from harm.
Yo, that was clutch, if I do say so myself. If that ability was not there, Nautilus would have died for his life.
Yes, but the unfortunate thing of 7 Eternals, Elastic Slingshot just missing the mark right there, actually hitting onto nobody, not being able to force any more flashes onto the team. Actually, and as we can see here, bot lane, they're just going for another trade again, as there is 1 minute till Dragon spawns.
And that's gonna be the next team fight for this evening. Currently 10 minutes in, 4 and 3 in favor for Xphia. But the thing is, Vamos does have a slight goal lead by 200. And yo, not Silas is roaming down bot lane. Like the vision for bot lane River is in complete control of Xphia. They see Silas pushing in and the rest of the Rise as well as Karthus is pushing it down, and that is going to be a kill for Wind Thunders. Silas taking a little bit of the turret too much, and Deer 6 a little bit low there, and Realm Warp is going to barely get them in time, and yo, that is going to be another kill for Don't Cry Amy. Rooted and booted, he's not going to go anywhere. Minion Slayer does have Karthus' ultimate. Ooh, very, very low. Just a little bit more and probably would have been there. They could have chased them out, but never mind. Karthus' ultimate.
And he's going to use it right now.
Oh,
And then, no, really gets it.
That was 50 HP!
Chugging the corrupting potions actually kept him alive.
Oh my goodness.
And that team fight could not have come at any better timing. Because of this, I believe Vamos actually now has control over the Dragon Pit. They do not feel confident in trying to take the Dragon right now, as they have members who are actually deciding to back, but they can at least try and clear as much vision, as actually they're going for a very late start on the Dragon.
Spring TJP trying to go for the aggression on towards Trezor there in the top lane. Both top laners does not have teleport, and there we go. That is probably going to be a dead now in one, and Busty Crusher is going to get the secure on towards that one. No, Spring TJP is losing the trade up in the top lane, and he is going to get destroyed, and Dragon did manage to go in the hands of Vamos. But at the cost of 2 players. 3. Never mind. Probably not cash money, and here we go. That's another skirmish in mid lane. Minion Slayer down to 5 HP, and that is the ultimate from the Senna, putting him back up to 75.
Yet again.
Oh my goodness, and that is going to be another dead Nautilus, and yo, that is just a very, very dangerous Minion Slayer trying to go for the aggression again. 4-0-2. He does have the damage, but Rise a little bit behind in terms of kill and gold, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. The Silas does have 1 grand more. And speaking of the missing elastic slingshots, man.
It is. I believe it's getting to you too, right? You're seeing the engages, which are really good, and then you're seeing the missed elastic slingshots, and you wonder whether if this is like he just missed it by the mark or he's just not guessing properly. But half of them he actually had vision, so it's getting a little bit frustrating to see this right now.
Spring TJP is losing the skirmishes up with the Ornn. Just getting brittled, and then like, you know, This is losing it, and been missing a couple of the hooks too. And now one barely dodges the root from the Senna, and it looks like it's gonna be first turret for Xphia in the top lane. Wait, no, they're not. They're just gonna leave it.
They're actually opting to back because they do see the rotations. Everybody is missing on the map right now, so they are actually not going to take their chances, and it's just going to let the tower fall later on. You have to remember, with it was before the 14-minute mark, which meant that the turret is extremely tanky, having lost 4 plates, and the last embrace just missing over there from the Senna. It is 14 and a half minutes of the game. We have 14 kills across the board, 9-5 in favor
that
of
big court just missed.
Xphia right now. That pink board is I think it's outside.
Yes, it is outside. Oh, but they did not clear the pink board in the river brush though. No, I'm not sure if they saw the Zac moving in, but they do have vision in the bush, alcove bush. So if he does push it, they will definitely see him. Oh, he's gonna.
They have not seen Zac yet. Actually, they do not have vision onto Zac right now.
But Karthus is slowly making his way there as well. Oh, another skirmish up in the top lane, but yo, I just feel like it's not working out well for Kled right now. He just needs to scale, get some more items, because Ornn is a super tank right now.
Alright, I would like to have your camera on the bot lane, as we're going to have a 4-man engage onto the bot lane right now.
Rise's Realm Warp is finally there, but that is going to be a dead Karthus, and Rise is just all alone in the backline walls, now in 1, and Wind Thunder's already very, very low. 5-man gank again from Xphia down in the bot lane. What is up with them ganking bot lane every single time? Herald is gonna be spawned. They want to get bot lane. If anything, they can probably get 2 turrets here. But so Busty Crush is very, very low as well. No, he's just the only one. I wouldn't say he's very, very low either. if Deer 6 can heal him up relatively quickly, and Wind
No,
Thunder...
Deer 6 is actually playing a little bit too aggressive, in my opinion. He's actually really low on mana. If he's gonna waste all his mana healing his team right now, there's not gonna be enough for a good team fight.
Ooh, that is gonna be a second turret for them, and Demolish is gonna get it. And there we go, all of them are gonna get blown down. Very, very low. Basitashi is gonna get the heal out of most of it, and that is 1 kill for both. 1 kill apiece, and 7 Eternal is gonna go gold, and the Karthus is gonna be the next one to go down. That is currently a 2-for-1 exchange for what, 2 turrets even? That was not cash money for Vamos, and Xphia is showing strong dominance there in the bot lane. Good, well coordinated team fights, and my props to them.
Definitely props to them. I will say I think that team fight was a little bit unfortunate that the Rise could not dish as much damage as we would have loved to see. And I will say that is actually in good job from the Ornn, because Ornn actually went in and knocked the Rise up, which disabled him for a good 1.5 seconds, which prevented him from assisting his team. And then towards the end, once the Karthus fell, he played extremely from a very safe distance, you would say. And yeah, that basically meant that Xphia could just get the team fight and get out unscathed.
And they made it out alive too, and now they do see that Xphia is doing the dragon and Tricky JP. I don't think Vamos is even gonna try and contest that. You know, might as well get a turret, save themselves, and fight again another day.
Yep, another dragon conceded already. That's the Ocean Dragon, which is, so far as we've seen the team fights go, Ocean Dragon might not matter too much for now. All the team fights we have had have been really quick and, you know, very rapid. There's no extended team fights yet. I don't expect the healing to come into play, not anytime soon. Maybe when you're chasing somebody or like an ignite fix it, but nothing too crazy like that. 18 minutes into the game, it is now 2,000 gold, about 2,000, 3,000 ish gold advantage to Team Xphia so far. Zach is actually 108.
Oh, yeah, he's doing very, very well. And that is C9 Snipe probably getting caught. And Minions today is going to steal the Karthus ultimate again. Everyone is going to get shrouded. They want to look for something. They definitely want to look for a fight. Xphia has a very good lead on them, and especially the Silas there. 5-0 and 3. Very, very big.
Yep.
Ooh, that's 6 link
Xphia
shot.
definitely want to press their advantage right now, though, because despite them being ahead right now, right, you are against scaling, as you said before, scaling champions. Yeah, there's Karthus, there's the Rise, there's Kalista. These are all champions who excel at mid towards late
that
game.
is going to be the early on engage. Whoa, that is going to be a very early kill by Deer 6. Everyone else is very spread out. Karthus is going to be the first one to go down, and the backline for Vamos is just busy dealing with the tanks. And now that you see it, 3 of them is essentially dead. Wind Thunders and now 1, the only ones left remaining. Nobody can deal with that. Was a very beautiful engage by the Senna, by what's his name? Silas, as well as the Ornn.
All of the Forge God knocking up 4 people right there and just almost wiping out the backline of Vamos, which, you know, what's the moment that Deer 6 saw that the skill was going to hit, she channeled her ultimate, you know, getting ready that Dawning Shadow. And we just saw the Karthus just disappeared before he could even start a fight.
He didn't even do anything. And the thing is, that was pretty... I think it was all planned out that, you know, Minions says still Karthus' ultimate. We're going to use it early on. You ain't going to live through this. We're just going to press one button and die.
Exactly, what a team fight indeed. And I feel it's very unfortunate for the Karthus jungle 1-5-2 right now. Karthus jungle is one of those picks where it is very hard to play from behind, just more because you don't really gank as a Karthus, you lend your ultimate as a Karthus, right? The only utility you provide in a ganking situation is that you slow your opponents and then hope your laner will kill them.
Yeah, more than anything, right? But that's the thing. I don't think Karthus has been ganking as much as the Zac. Even if he ganks, that's like a reactive gank towards the Zac gank coming in
So
the
Karthus
bot lane.
actually made two successful ganks onto top lane, I would say. Remember the first blood onto the Ornn?
Oh, yeah. This, yeah,
It's
yeah.
just that the Zac has been more annoying just because, Zac does Zac things, which is the elastic slingshot comes from like halfway across the map. You can plan all you want, but Zac gets to jump anywhere he wants to.
Yeah, and the range is absolutely disgusting. So, good point. Makes a lot of sense.
Exactly. 21 minutes into the game so far. The game is kind of slowing down to a pace. Vamos is beginning to turtle and trying to get the farms up. And as we can see, actually, look at the CS difference from both teams. We do know that Vamos is actually down in gold, but look at the Rise farm right now.
Oh, that is
It's
just
actually
very,
farming
very
up the
aggressive.
farm.
And that, oh, the heal is not gonna be enough, and C9 Snap is gonna get the first kill. And 2 teleports from the top lane and mid lane minion player as well as the Ornn finally made their way, but a little bit too late at the cost of 1 Renekton. Dominus forced to use that early flash, and the ignite from him is definitely gone. Whew. Not sure what they were trying to do there, trying to force a fight mid when there's only like what, 2 of them.
Definitely, you can. So let's just look back at the Rise a bit,
Oh
right?
man, here we go again! That is the dead Karthus.
Call of the Forge got not even needed over there. That's just gonna prevent Vamos from engaging. That's a good clean kill onto Karthus, and that does mean that it's going to be an uncontested dragon.
Yeah, dragon is pretty much free. Like the jungle is dead. 18 seconds up, more than enough time to get the dragon for them. That's gonna be their 3rd dragon. At this point, even if there's no extended team fights, whenever they're just rotating, they're just gonna heal up pretty well. They don't really need to back.
I do agree with you in that regard. No, don't worry about it. The thing about this is that it does mean that the team of Xphia can siege for extremely longer durations. The team fights have been quick and swift, but sieging a turret is a whole different story. This does mean that Xphia has a lot of leeway when it comes to pushing lanes. As long as their mana reserves are good, which when you look at their team, there's only 3 people who need mana. So, as long as those 3 team members have decent mana reserves, then they can keep pushing at the lane again and again and not have to worry about health regeneration. And on the side of Vamos, right, let's just not forget about them here. Vamos is trying their best. Rise is farming up the storm. He is almost at the 200 CS mark at the 24 minutes.
As well as the Kalista.
He's just trying to get his Seraph soon, right? I believe he's almost there right now. Or maybe he's a little bit off. But they definitely are trying to farm their way up. Kalista finally finishing that second key item. The Runans is finally done. But here we have the Baron start from Xphia.
Okay, there we go. That is going to be the ultimate stolen from minion play. Wind Thunders, they need to be careful out of the ultimate. And that is a teleport from Spring TJP. They want to go in for the engage. That is a very slow Baron fight. Only 6 comp, 6 million. And that is the Ornn ultimate. Is not going to land a little bit too late there. But Gear 6 is going to get the first kill on towards Spring. That Spring TJP is going to go down. Clyde is going to go down. And only 2 players left remaining. It will not be enough. The kill from the ultimate from Karthus won't even do anything at this point. That's just,
Look at Bucky Crusher chasing in for that kill. They're like, what are you doing? Renekton, come back. There's no reason for you to go that far.
More than anything right now, it's just Xphia's game to lose.
Definitely. This game 1 looks like it is in the hands of Xphia so far. It is very unfortunate that the Karthus could not do anything, but once the Nautilus goes in and knocks up everybody, what can they do? Because Nautilus is actually the only tank on their team. The next tankiest person would be Kled as a fighter, and Kled would just be trying to whack people down. But look at how Xphia played. They ignored Nautilus. They ignored Kled. They went straight for Karthus. They went straight for Callista. They know where the damage is, and by going so forward, they actually managed to scare the Ryze away. He barely managed to get 2 to 3 rotations in before he just completely ran away.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
And now 26 minutes in. I think at this point, they're just looking a way to end this. Mid lane is being shoved, like 3-man push in the mid lane. And teleports as well. It could be a 1-3-1, but unfortunately teleports from Streza and minions there is currently down. But Senna might be looking for a push bot lane. Not yet. They do have one turret standing in their way in the mid lane before inhibitor turrets. But T9 Snap just taking a lot of damage there. Like, bruh. He's practically like 15% HP. He is forced to go back. And that is going to be elastic slingshot. I'm not going to lie, but it's going to be enough to scare all of them away. And here we go. The siege is going to begin. Dragon is not going to be spawned up yet. Ryze does have setups embrace. Might be able to do a bit more damage, but here we go. They can't really do anything against that siege. They are going to get that turret. They want to get the inhibitor. Vamos still trying to look for an engage, but so far, nothing to do. They are stuck. And Minion Slayer is going to steal Karthus' ultimate. And they're going to rotate towards Dragon. It's going to be up in 1 more minute. They can just push bot lane or top lane. You know, it's the macro games. And take Dragon uncontested. They're even cleaning out their jungle.
Say to push to get a wave pushing onto top lane right now, so that there is top lane pressure, so that Vamos is forced to give up the top lane turret in exchange for a dragon fight. They cannot. I don't want to say that they cannot afford to give away the Ocean Soul, but by giving away the Ocean Soul, you are basically allowing Xphia to stay in that lane to siege forever. And it's bad enough that currently that they are having issues with the team fight. They need to have a little bit more survivability. If the team fight stays longer, even by 1 or 2 seconds, that extra Ocean Dragon is going to keep them alive. But look at this. So far, they look like they're conceding Dragon, and they're going to give away Ocean Soul right now.
Yeah, they're just going to leave that again. Not the first time they've left Dragon, but at this point, I don't think they have a good fighting chance as how they are right now. Unless Xphia is making a very big mistake, maybe they can. But from the looks of it, Xphia is just playing like a well-oiled machine right now. They know what they want. They know what they're doing. And it's been working out well for them. Look at them. All bounties for every single one of them. And no bounty has been claimed yet. For a while now. And looks like it's gonna be another siege in the bot lane. Ornn is still pushing up top lane. But from the looks of it, Demolish might be able to get that while Ornn is pushing down second tier turret for the top lane. They can just try and rotate this, but no, wait a minute. Vamos is trying to look for something, but that is going to be the Shroud, and Minion Slayer is trying to look for someone. He is a little bit close. He did manage to get Spring Tree down to 75%, and they are trying to look for the inhibitor. And yeah, that's it. Ornn is pushing top lane. They can't really do anything for one push, and no one's just been able to deal with the Ornn. He's been a very tanky beast for quite some time now. They have managed to get the second inhibitor in the bot lane. They want to go for a rotate against in the top lane as well, and mid lane is gonna be pushed out again. It's a very strong siege from Xphia, and I'm not sure how Vamos is gonna try and deal with it. And that is Sprinty JP getting caught. Minion Slayer trying to look for it. Nope, and that is Nautilus's ultimate gonna get stolen by Minion Slayer. It's gonna be a next team fight here up in the top lane. Wards being cleared out and just denying the vision from Vamos.
And this is where the Ocean Soul is coming into good use. Look at that. None of them actually are below maximum health at this point.
And that is a very strong engage.
It's only going to get one person. That's going to be a force flash from Ryze to get away from Silas right there.
Okay.
That's not a lot of action going on, but already one flash being burned, especially on that Ryze. That does mean that
man, here we go again.
Right now, they are hammering it onto him. Kled being forced to dismount. That's going to be an ultimate from Senna coming in already. First kill onto Karthus. They're all fighting in Karthus' ultimate. This might be trouble actually. Minion Slayer is going to be barely alive, and that's not going to be good enough for Team Vamos. Vamos do feel like they want the kill, but they just don't have enough firepower right now.
And that 1-for-1 trade I'm not sure if the aggression from Xphia was worth it. They can just try it and siege top lane and waste more time whilst the other super minions are pushing the other lanes, but a bit too over aggressive I feel, and they could have just played time at that point. But alas.
But alas, Vamos, the most they can do right now is hope that they can turtle as much as possible. I will say that they did manage to actually keep the game going up to 31 minutes, which, as we've seen for the last few days, not too many games actually hit the 30-minute mark.
Mm-hmm.
So Vamos might still have some sort of a chance to at least get a good team fight engaged. The only problem is they need to have everybody ready. And I do think this is a personal opinion, but I do think Kled should have opted for a death dance, not just to stay alive a little bit longer. But I'm not sure how it works with his health pool, so I'm gonna refrain from saying any more about that little interaction. It looks like we're gonna have a uncontested Baron over here. This does mean that Xphia is going to try and seal the deal for this game one.
Yep, and so far, Vamos, we have a couple of games left. It's gonna be a hard game to win, but at the same time, you can't just give it to them for free. So
I mean, there's a lot of ways to look at this, right? They are also they're also practicing in a way just to see what they need to deal with in the second game, right? They want to know what they don't have, they should ban right away. I don't think the ban onto bot lane is necessary. I do think they might need to take away the Ornn or the Zac because it has been really instrumental in setting up the early game for Xphia.
Yep, the Ornn they could have just banned him or just pick him at this point, but at the same time, that is one of the extra substitutes playing, so not Pyran. Pyran is known to be a very aggressive top lane solo, huge tanky off bruiser kind of top lane player, but Syriza is going to be playing the tank this time. But this is going to be another siege. All lanes are, no, both mid and top lane is going to be pushed. They want to get the Nexus turret. Kalista can only clear so much, and that is going to be another engage towards Vamos. All of them suddenly half HP, and Sprinty JP is going to be the first one to go down. And one of them does go. Wind Thunder tries to go in and delay the inevitable, but he is almost dead as well. Minion Slayer trying to go in for more Dredge Line. It's going to miss, but first Nexus starter is going to go down. Second one is going to be next. They want to go in for more Vamos. Just reset it a little bit. But hey, Kalista is going to go down. Nautilus is going to go down as well. At the cost of C9 Snap, the only one left remaining. It's not going to be enough. 1, 1, and 3. He can only carry so much. And that is going to be first game for Xphia.
That indeed is going to be first game for Xphia. GG, and just look at that scoreline. That's a 6-0 12 silence. That's a 3-0 13 Zac, and 3-1 11 Ornn. Ornn, if he did not die in that first blood, he would be deathless too. Senna died only twice. The only significant casualty on that team was the Renekton, especially in the bot lane. That was just a very convincing win from Xphia. Actually, they set up the early game. They recognized where the Zac needed to be. They did have a lot of good coordinated teleports onto the bot lane to get a very good engage. I will say for Vamos, they did pick a scary comp, which is true, but they didn't really have a proper fallback. Like, in this composition, the only thing that doesn't work out for me was that they didn't have enough people to buy time for Rise to deal as much damage as possible. Like, sure, if their team was ahead, like far ahead, they could have Nautilus pick somebody and Rise could just, delete them right away. But when they were playing this far behind, when Nautilus just went in with the Fate's Call from Kalista to disrupt the whole team and just slowed them down, you could see at that Baron fight, it just did absolutely nothing because despite them actually having the initiative on the engage and surprising everybody, Kalista just did not have enough time to get all those Ren stacks ready because the members of Xphia were just so tanky. Look at the items from Ornn. You have Forge Fire Cape. You have you have the upgraded Iceborne Gauntlets. Zac going for that Gargoyle Stone Plate. everyone just had so much additional HP that it didn't matter how many Ren stacks Callista had, it would just never be enough.
Yep, and that is first game. I'm excited to see what they're gonna improve on or play around during the next game. But before we head off into the break, we'd like to take this time to thank our sponsors, the Box Montwa Terracetia Cafe and Hate College. Also, not to forget the main sponsor for this evening, Esports Association Brunei, and we'll be right back. And welcome back after that short break. Both of the players, as well as the casters, we're ready for game number 2. Xphia won the first one, and now here we go again. Banning, banning, banning. And that is gonna be a Wukong ban very early on, and Anivia for Xphia, and we see the Vladimir being banned again from Vamos. They don't want to be dealing with that, and the Olaf banned out again. And as well as the Lucian. They don't want to deal with the Lucian.
And so far, we can see that the bans
very
have
big.
been, I don't want to say standard, but they've been the same set of bans ish against like the bans you see against Vamos throughout the tournament, the bans you see against Xphia throughout the tournament. They've still been pretty standard. They did ban out their own Senna though, and that's going to be a first pick Zaya right away. So Zaya's been quite banned, I think, almost every game against Vamos. So they've finally been able to pick it. And the Ornn once again coming in, that's going to be another instrumental piece. Ornn is just one of those champions where a very good Ornn is going to cause a lot of problems, right? I wonder if they have prepared something to go against Ornn. Once again, that's going to be a silent pick. Now, do you think we'll see a Soraka mid?
Nah, we didn't. We saw, or at least I did, I saw a Soraka game. Sanada was playing Soraka again before this, in this afternoon, and it didn't really work out well for him. He got destroyed, and they got debated into thinking they're playing against a Silas mid, so he chose the Soraka, but you know, it didn't work out well for him. And we see C9 Snipe hovering over the LeBlanc. Early aggression. Nope, they're gonna go for the Cho'Gath again. Not by again, I mean a Cho'Gath in the jungle, perhaps.
So let's just talk about the bot lanes that are right now. There's a Xayah Morgana, which means that they do expect a lot of CC, or at least, you know, with the Ornn already, right? There's gonna be a lot of annoying knockups. So they do expect these heavy engages to come in, and they're gonna try and keep Xayah untouched. But once again, the Zac is going to come in. So this is what I actually wanted to talk about just about a few minutes ago, which was that there is no change in bans. There hasn't been an adaptive ban, so to speak, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah.
Right? There's no like, all right, this is what we lost to game 1, we're gonna ban this in game 2, right? Which means that Xphia does get the same 3 picks, the first 3 picks as they did from the last game, which brings us to think that the only thing that's going to change is their bot lane. They've already banned Senna, so we are definitely not going to see the Senna renekton bot lane. But will we see an interesting combination or like a more standard setup?
Okay. Predictions. There's gonna be a Kai'Sa. Calling it right now. Kai'Sa and maybe not Kai'Sa, Braum for Xphia.
I think it's Vayne Nautilus.
Okay.
Because they keep picking Vayne.
No,
you know, we're both
Ziggs.
fucking Ziggs. Okay, I think it's Ziggs Nautilus. There we go. All right, so we're gonna look at the picks from Vamos right now. I think all that's missing is a top and mid laner, quote unquote. Actually, you know, it's hard to tell. You know, Cho'Gath could be top, Cho'Gath could be jungle, could be mid. We can still have a potential Morgana jungle for all we know.
No.
They can. There's a lot of flex picks right now, but no, that Jarvan lock-in is going to tell us that it is definitely a Jarvan jungle, a set top, and a Cho'Gath mid. Or you know, what,
Morgana jungle and set support. You know.
we could still be damn wrong. But anyway, look at that. That's going to be the Nautilus pick. And that Nautilus seems to be a very comfort pick for Busty Crusher right there. You know, I think maybe that's why he's been playing so far with the Vaynes in the last few games that we've seen. It's just because he keeps playing such a forward champion that he does the same thing with the Vayne. Anyway, that being said, though, we have a very different dynamic team composition for Vamos. For Xphia, they do have the exact same lineup. The only change is the Ziggs, Senna into Ziggs.
Yeah.
That is still not going to change too much, I would say, in the team dynamic, because they are still looking for a heavy engage. The ultimate from Ziggs, Mega Inferno Bomb, does the exact same function in terms of damage as the Senna ultimate. The Nautilus is going to be the engage tool as opposed to a Renekton who kept going in and dying. So they probably will have slightly better KDAs if things go their favor. But let's look at the team of Vamos right now. Vamos is going for a more modern bot lane with the Zaya and Morgana combo. The Morgana is going to make sure that actually Morgana is actually a very good pick into it, even though it wasn't chosen intentionally for this. But the Black Shield is going to be able to remove a lot of the damage that Ziggs is going to extrude out. But that also means, in retrospect, that Ziggs and Nautilus can intentionally use their spells onto the Black Shield for Nautilus to get a snare and a hook. Now, let's just talk about what Silas can steal with his ultimate. This game, I will say right now, off the bat, this game, he is going to have a field day. Because at level 6, the first thing he's going to do, he's going to take the Cho'Gath out, he's going to claim some stacks for himself. And here's where it gets really dumb. He has two choices. Actually, he has three, right? If Cho'Gath gets really fed, he's going to steal a set ultimate and he's going to pummel a Cho'Gath back into his team and deal damage and deal a lot of damage. Like you have a fed Cho'Gath, we'll bring it back to you,
Here
right?
we go.
If Jarv if nothing is happening too much, he's going to grab the Cho'Gath ultimate and just become tankier. If the game becomes really team fight heavy, he's just gonna steal the Jarvan ults, and every time Ornn engages, he's gonna go right. All right, Ornn engage, bam, Cataclysm. That's a guaranteed hit.
Yeah, it probably won't work out well for them.
I mean, that's the dream scenario,
The
right?
dream.
But on the side of Vamos, though, they do have a lot of pick, and in this case, they when I say a lot, I do mean a lot.
Yeah.
With the as long as Morgana lands one binding, in any scenario that Zaya, Cho'Gath, and Jarvan are nearby, it is almost impossible for whoever gets caught by that dark binding to survive. Right, dark binding into a Zaya auto empowered auto attack. As long as she lands her two feathers from her Q and gets one auto attack, the moment the binding is over, she can straight away recall those feathers for a root. And after that, if Cho'Gath is nearby, they can go for a knockout follow up. They can go for a Jarvan EQ follow up. Like if they fail to kill someone that's been caught by a dark binding after using all those combos, something is definitely going wrong.
And not just that, Adept there in chat saying like, "Yo, Xphia does not have any AD damage. Maybe besides the Ornn, but Ornn does not build damage more than anything. So that's gonna be a big yikes."
Yep, it does mean that the itemization for Cho'Gath is going to be slightly easier here. He can opt for that Abyssal Mask, which will definitely Morgana and Cho'Gath both can opt for that Abyssal Mask, which will allow them to deal more damage and take less. But it still does not change that we do need to see early Morlonomicons from Cho'Gath and Morgana, ideally, because the healing from Silas and Zac is something that they do have to deal with right away.
And here we go. We're gonna jump into the loading screen in three, two, one. Early abyssal, huh? But so far, what do you
I
think?
do
Besides of team comp wise, which you think would have the upper advantage on this?
I mean, team com wise, right? The thing is, like, I just like Silas just because of how unique his ultimate is. But truth be told, when we play Silas, it's a bit more straightforward in terms of how we would use him. Just because you'd be like, all right, if we're in situation A, we take the Cho'Gath out. If we're in situation B, we take the Jarvan out. We're in situation C, take the set out. Right? There's almost no reason for him to take a Zaya out unless he's like really in trouble and he needs to run.
Yeah, Morgana would be good too, actually.
Yeah, the Morgana out would be the last thing he would take, but
Mm-hmm.
I would say for synergy's sake, if he's going to get the Morgana out, that does mean that Zac and Ornn has already landed their CC so that he can get the Morgana out to land. or else I would think it's not really as worth it, and he is better off just getting some execute skills.
Alright, and now we are gonna jump back into the rift. This is game number 2 between Vamos and Xphia Gaming. This is a best of 3, and right now, here we go. We have Vamos on the blue side. We have C9 Snipe as Cho'Gath in the top lane. Wait, no. That's gonna be set in the top lane. Cho'Gath in the mid lane. And Morgana as a support. Okay, back to roll call. Spring TJP as set up there in the top lane. Dozy as Jarvan in the jungle. C9 Snipe going for the Cho'Gath mid. Down 1. Xphia AD carry. Wind Thunders as Morgana support. And on the red side, Xphia Gaming Streza going to go for the Ornn again. 7 Eternal. Zac once again. Minion Slayer with the Silas again. As Coco did say, the only swaps were bot lane. We have Gear 6 as the Ziggs and Pussy Crusher as Nautilus support. No early game cheese. And, standard. Everyone playing it chill.
No early game cheese indeed. This time we do have a more stronger jungle for Team Vamos. I will expect. Oh, that is actually a very early red trinket over there to clear the ward. Still useful nonetheless. But yeah, I do expect that with the Jarvan pick, we are going to expect an earlier level 2 gank.
Oh, there we go. Speaking of cheese, we see Nautilus and the Ziggs trying to wait down in the bot lane. Ooh, I thought they would have landed on towards CNS Snipe, but no. Minion Slayer is going to be taking the couple of trades there with the Cho'Gath.
Alright, I'm noticing a trend of a lot of junglers just opting for Krugs. I don't know if it's optimal. Did you say Adib was in chat?
Yes, he was.
I would like, if he's still in chat, I would like some feedback on jungling efficiency, because I don't know if going Krugs as a level 2 option is currently the best.
Well, there
as we can see a hook onto the engaged force flash by Morgana already. She gets the bomb right there. The ignite is going to not be enough to take her down. But that is the level 2 advantage that they have, and Zac is already on the way bot lane.
Yep, Zac making his way down in the bot lane, but C9 Snipe has been winning the trades against Minion Slayer. Minion Slayer down to half HP. It's going to be chugging the pots. And here we go again. He does not have mana. Oh, C9 Snipe barely missing that. And yes, Adib did say Krugs are bad now, which makes a lot of sense, right? Because jungling efficiency wise, and if you're playing early game champions, you would like to gank as soon as possible. And
no, I just think it doesn't matter who you play, that you should just never do Krugs as level 2. No, I feel like I've been nitpicking all the junglers for the last 4 days of tournament, but we've seen some horrible jungle paths. That's just me.
Yep, he said ideally pathing for Jarvan just now against Zac should be buff to enemy buff. Yeah, trying to opt to go for the steal early game. But yeah, yes, exactly. Krugs are bad, he says. I'm like, yeah, makes a lot of sense. Even you don't really do Krugs anymore, because if I'm not mistaken, it did get nerfed quite a bit before, like a couple patches ago.
No, well, the thing is, we've discussed this, right? Which is that jungling efficiency is one thing, and it's the race to level 3. Because the first gank from Dozy right now is coming at level 4. He is not going for the EQ combo. He misses anyway, and he's going to take a lot of damage actually from Ornn. And mid lane, Zac is actually going to respond with a gank into mid lane. Silas there, almost dead, but the Zac Elastic Slingshot is going to save him.
And it did not force out
gank at top, gank at mid, both not going too well.
Both definitely not going too well. And the Cho'Gath made it out alive, and Haymaker is not gonna hit. Ornn's just, dash out of there, still doing okay. The Cho'Gath did not have to force flash there, which was good, but it just means that 7 Eternal just needs to find a way to gank him even more. He is in the opposing jungler in Jarvan's Krugs now. Not sure if they're gonna be meeting each other, and Pussy Crusher trying to look for an engage. I'm not sure if they spotted him down from Tribush, because it was warded. Zac is kinda low. Oh, yep. It looks like an early engage from the looks of it.
And look at that, they are setting up for the dive into bot lane actually, but actually the minion wave is pushed pretty far, so it looks like they might not opt for the dive instead. But Zac canceled his recall, so never mind, he's gonna recall right now.
Oh,
If
yeah.
they actually get a hook onto one of the members, I think Zac would have canceled it.
Okay, Zac
I
is
know they're actually
canceling
looking
it.
for it right now.
The minions are pushing, but it's only like 3 minions left. Not gonna be enough time to delay it. Yeah, they're just gonna back off. They can't really even kill
Yeah,
anyone.
I'm not a fan of this play. Just back already. You've wasted more than
Jarvan.
20 seconds onto the bot lane. You've counter jungled the Jarvan, which does not do much, honestly, because Jarvan's actually quite ahead in the farm game.
10 CS above the Zac. So, you know.
2 camps above. Actually, no, 3 camps above the Zac right now. That's going to be an EXP disparity. Not going to matter too much, I would say, especially as long as Zac can land the elastic fling shots. As we're going to see, both mid laners are now level 6. The threat of the chomp is going to be very, very dangerous right now. The feast coming from Cho'Gath. Silence actually just going to hold on to it for a while before deciding to actually steal the ultimate right now. They're going for an engage as Zac is rotating towards mid lane. He did steal the feast already.
Ooh, that was an
Jarvan actually manages to get the dragon, and now he knows that mid lane might be in trouble and he's going to prepare for rotation towards mid.
Yeah, but I don't think they've spotted the Zac yet, and Jarvan, managed to sneak out the dragon very early on while Zac had to recall, wasting his time pushing bot lane. He did manage to kill it.
Silence... sorry, I'm just going to interrupt you here. Zac actually made a gank onto the mid lane, but Cho'Gath immediately flashed out of the elastic slingshot. So that is flashed down for mid lane right now.
And that leaves another opportunity for Zac to try and gank in again. As you said, elastic slingshot, big range. So, he can just come back again. Say hi, and probably get the kill.
Yeah. 7 minutes into the game. I think this is a game with relatively no action. Both teams are being quite safe about it. I would say that Vamos is also being extremely safe, knowing that if any mistake they do in this game will definitely cost them their tournament second place attempt, or even first place attempt. Sorry. Whereas we can see from Xphia right now, there's going to be a gang into ball. They teleport coming down from Ornn already.
Oh, the flash EQ from Dozy is gonna land towards tier 6, but he's gonna flash out of there, and that is a re-engage from Treza, and first blood for the Nautilus. He wants to go in for the push, and down one is gonna get Busty Crusher, but all of them very, very low. Dozy is gonna go down, but he does get tier 6. Treza, the only one left remaining. Will it be a triple kill for him? Windthunders is just trying to escape. He's trying to go body block it, but not gonna be enough. A double kill for the Ornn, a triple kill for down one. 2 for 3 in the bot lane. And Vamos down 1, he might have just, gotten the kills, the money that he needed. And Zig trying to get trying to get something from that. He can find it, and that is the shutdown. A teleport again from Minion Slayer. C9 snipe very, very low, and the chain is gonna land. Minion Slayer gets another kill. Gets a kill onto a C9 snipe.
And overall, that is going to be a 5-for-3 exchange in favor of Xphia. That bot lane fight was actually just so interesting. The Call of the Forge God coming in at a good time, getting 3 people knocked up. They're trying to kill everyone in the bot lane from Xphia, and then things went wrong as Ziggs managed to land a few skills, and Jarvan actually hit level 6 in that fight, so he could cataclysm the Ziggs, who thought he could actually kill him off. Ziggs actually flashed in for a kill right there, and the Cataclysm just coming up, hitting level 6, and then a heal from the Xayah actually going to keep him alive just a little second more. Overall, though, the overall 5 kills may have went to Xphia, but all 3 kills went to Xayah, which means that she does have an item up right now.
Yep, she's
going to be more combat effective, and if a team fight like that happens again, she's going to
there we go, C9 Snap is going to be the next one, and Cataclysm is going to get stolen by Minion City, and that is going to be another death onto C9 Snap, another kill for Minion City. That is just very, very unlucky getting camped like that. And the thing is, Cho'Gath does not have an escape, and playing against a Zac who just keeps on jumping on you literally and figuratively. That's just gonna be very, very annoying. Streza against Sprinty, doing a lot of damage with the brittle auto attacks, and Sprinty is gonna be losing it, and that is gonna be the showstopper, trying to bring him right next to the turret, but Streza, ooh, Call of the Force, and that is gonna be another gank from Dozy. He's gonna get knocked up. He is gonna get the Black Shield, and that is gonna be another kill for Noun 1, but Crusher, no one left remaining, and the Chains and the CC will land, trying to get something at the very least, but it will not be enough. His death will most definitely be in vain. Noun 1 gets another kill, and 5 and 6. Just as we said, this game was slow. A couple of battles, couple of skirmishes has happened, you know? Whew.
Yeah, but Desire now 5 and 1. She's actually going to be a very scary force right now. I will say that if I was Team Xphia, either you find a way to shut down Desire ASAP, or you get your mid lane going, because once Xayah gets a little bit out of control, this is going to be very bad for them. Not to mention that the Morgana is going to come with the Black Shield to make sure that you can't CC her right off the bat.
And with her ultimate just trying to save her during intense situations like this now, she can just escape from, you know, from the ultimates that befall upon her. And Busty Crusher again.
Thinking that he wanted to flag the bot lane, but when he sees the Jarvan, he's like, alright, I'm out, boys.
Yeah, they do see where 7 Eternal is. I think Jarvan did manage to get the steal on towards his blue buff. Yes, he did. And, you know, that's just gonna try and stop 7 Eternal in his tracks a little bit more. Dragon has spawned up, and now that all of them has backed off, that might just be free Dragon for Xphia. Yep, uncontested, pretty much free for the taking. And all of a sudden, both teams are relatively even in terms of gold, only by a slight 100 gold increase, if anything.
Yep, so both teams are basically dead even at this point. The only problem is that the gold is not as even as it looks. As I said again, the Xayah is going to... Xayah actually has 5,300 gold in her pocket right now. It's the most gold on the entire game. And... Yep. What did she buy? And she's already bought her first complete item in Essence Reaver, which means that she is going to be spamming this a bit more. We can see bot lane, they are going to get a few more turret platings, but I don't think they're going to get anything more than that, as Zac is just going to hop out.
They don't want to try to fight more than what they could chew. Is that the correct saying? I think so.
Don't bite more than you can chew, yes.
Yeah, okay. Sort of wrong, sort of not, but you know, whatever. But yes, that could have gone bad if they did overstay a little bit. And we see another 3-man gang the top lane, but that is, yeah, there we go. Showstopper is gonna get stolen again. A showstopper into a showstopper. It looked kind of good there. It did pop the passive from the Zac though, but it is not gonna be enough. It did look good on screen, but that is just a dead set.
I think Set was just hoping he could ult somebody who was towards his turret so that he could bring them back in. That's what I think.
But him...
And it was just unfortunate that he clicked the Silas, who happened to be ahead.
Yeah, and they... Here we go, Xphia did manage to get the first one. They did get first started, and that is going to be the bomb. Trying to land, trying to slow their push whilst they rotate back towards bot lane. So far so good. They be alive, they be good.
Yep, 15 seconds in, 15 seconds left for the turret plating. So at this point, all turret platings are going to be conceded. We can see right now the bot lane of Vamos is trying to be a little cheeky about it, but it's gonna be no bite because Deer 6 has already backed.
Everybody of them backed off. Deer 6 resets and is gonna get a couple items in his bulk. And Sprinty JP 0-2 and 1, and like what, 30 CS behind of the Ornn, and that's just gonna be very, very painful. Ornn is 3 and 1, just building a lot of armor. So at this point, Sprinty is gonna have a hard time trying to deal with Streza alone.
Yep, the Ninja Taba is coming in. It's going to stop the slat, slow down the Jarvan and the Xayah from killing this Ornn. The only threat he really has would be the Cho'Gath, but right now Cho'Gath is having a hard time against Silas, so I don't think it's gonna be a problem for Streza at this point.
Okay, that is gonna be a death, but Deer 6 can flash out. He tried to jump, but he is forced to flash out of the Wind Thunders. I'm not sure what happened to the binding, or did it even got out, but like Minion says, there for safety as well as the Zac. Yo, this could be a dangerous turnaround if Nalan and Wind Thunder stay even more.
All right, I'm just gonna rewatch that fight real quick just to give you an update on the dark binding.
Oh, they're trying to go for the aggressive push, but here we go. Minion Slayer is right there, and the dark binding from Morgana Ultimate Stolen is gonna be taken away, and she is gonna go. Is gonna manage to get a couple of roots down, and that is Morgana dead. But 7 Eternal, very low. He wants to get for the first kill. He's gonna go gold, but Spring TJP is gonna get the kill out for 7 Eternal hate. And Demacia Cataclysm is gonna land as well. He gets a double kill right there, and probably this is gonna be the death of the Ord. They want to go for the chase. Sprinky trying to go for the hook and pull. Not gonna be enough. That was a 4-for-1 exchange in favor for Vamos. That just
went
out
so horribly for Xphia. They tried to beat preemptive with the teleport, but the thing is, Xayah is just so fed. Laying so many feathers, getting so many people down. The teleport coming in from Cho'Gath is actually what sealed the deal, because they thought they could turn it around, and that gave them a false sense of security as Xayah began ripping.
Oh, here we go again. Dozy is gonna get Dredge Line. He is gonna be the first one to die. Bussy Crusher is Tier 6 is just gonna clean that off. All of Vamos very low. Probably overstayed a little bit. Overzealous trying to steal the enemy jungle camps, and that is dead. Yes, Adip, that was a beautiful Xayah ultimate. She managed to stun at least 2 people during that team fight, 2 or 3 even, and this might be an uncontested dragon, since that is definitely a dead Jarvan. No one's gonna try and even steal this, and another dragon in their belt. Whew.
So if you like an update on the fight that happened before that team fight, that ace, Morgana never cast a dark binding.
Oh man, where did that go anyway?
There were too many minions to even begin, but the re-engage was really beautiful. It was actually a 4v2 engage, which was not the wrong move for Xphia to go into that. But the Xayah actually manages to flash back into the turret and gets a 2-man root. She might have sacrificed Morgana in the process, but the Jarvan re-engage was what sealed the deal. We have the double TP that went into bot lane as they chased towards the entire fight. The Call of the Forge God from Ord not having done too much, even though it knocked out 4 people. Most of the members from Xphia was already quite low at that point. So whatever Ord was doing did not work.
Again, another engage that is going to be Showstopper in towards the Cataclysm. Oh, Streza is trying to get out of there, but the knockup is not going to land, and that's probably going to be a dead Ord. Wait, that is going to be the Haymaker. It is not going to be enough. Streza barely makes it out of there alive, and Showstopper is gonna get stolen, and Jarvan trying to look for the re-engage, but Snipe as well as Wind Thunder is a little bit too far away, and Xayah making her way up in the top lane. But the set Jarvan, the Ord almost being dead. So close.
Ornn barely survived, and I think he has his armor to thank for that. And he's
there we go. That is gonna be coming in right there. That is probably gonna be a dead set. That Silas is just waiting for that, and we might see a chop here from C9 Snap. He is gonna juke that, and the chop, and you're gonna be eating. Oh boy!
It's gonna be a very good feast from the Cho'Gath onto Silas right there. They're gonna try and get for Rift Herald. Zac does know that they are doing it, but I don't think it's a good idea to contest it. Oh, he's going to go for a drive-by smite, but nothing happening to there, so it's like, alright, I'm out. It's one of my favorite cheeky things to do with the Zac. Like, if you know the timing, you just do a drive-by and you click smite and you just hop off the other edge. You don't even have to sacrifice yourself.
But the thing is, even if they did try to contest that, Ornn is bot lane, he does not have teleport, so it was definitely not a good idea for them to even try to attempt it in the first place.
Definitely not. Now we are almost 20 minutes into the game, and surprisingly we are, I would say, dead even in the game. There's not too much happening in terms of macro play, but we're gonna get a 4-man engage onto the set, 2 ultimates burnt, and they're like, you know what, we're out.
That's just not cash money for them. 2 ultimates burnt. So during the next team fight, oh, Ziggs is gonna get knocked up. Xphia is pushing up the top lane alone. No damage dealer. That is gonna be the Cataclysm, and that C9 snap with the Rupture again, dealing a lot of damage. Trezza is not gonna get the knock up. He is tanking a lot of turret, but that is gonna be the chop. And 7 Eternal is gonna get knocked up, silenced up, not gonna be able to jump away. And the blobs won't be enough. You're gonna go down. Dozy trying to go in for more. This is gonna be auto attacking Deer 6. He's trying to go run away for his dear life, but those the EQ combo, you ain't gonna go away. Come back here. Cooldowns is gonna be very low. He does have blue buff. EQ combo, there goes the slow. Deer 6, you have no mana. The EQ combo is gonna be there again, and the smite to finish it off.
I just slightly disagree with what Deer 6 was doing there. If you had the flash and you were choosing not to burn it that early, then at that point there's almost no reason to burn it all of a sudden that late, because like you definitely were not going to get the kill into Jarvan, especially because he had the Aegis shield ready. But as I jinxed the game, now we have 4 kills that just suddenly went in favor for Vamos. The engage from Xphia not turning out too well. I just questioned their decision making for wanting to stay for a siege onto the second turret after having burnt 2 ultimates, going for a set and just disengaging.
Oh, there we go. If that went through the water, would have been good, but guess Bussy Crush is gonna miss the dredge line. He is gonna go down. That's this mispositioning I feel from him. A little bit too overzealous, but he wasn't expecting it either, I bet. But he is gonna go down. That is just gonna be another free kill for Vamos. Yes, this show is definitely coming online. It's being very, very big, literally and figuratively. And Jarvan, as well as Xphia, is just gonna be doing great. No one's gonna even try and contest them. Probably not a good idea even, as Cho'Gath wants to go for the top. He was pinging his R, but Dozy, he's smite that away.
About that. Like, if you're a Cho'Gath player, you understand the pain. Dragon is a free stack. It does not contribute. It does not count towards your passive stack, your passive limit. And we're gonna have a 4-man engage onto the set, not hitting again. I'm just questioning these jumps from 7 Eternal. Like, I haven't seen him hit too many.
Oh, that's gonna be Dozy with the engage. That is gonna be a 3-man Cataclysm, and Ornn trying to make it out of the ramp. That is the Rupture. Will it be enough? Wind Thunder does have the Soul Shackles. It's gonna get another kill, and Xphia gets 2. Will he get the rest? Will it be another Pentacle? No, Maiden Slayer is gonna get Wind Thunder. Xphia is gonna get the kill, and that might be an ace for Vamos. Yes, that most definitely is. 2 for 5. That is gonna be better. They can just tank it out, probably wait it out a little bit. That Rupture, that Cataclysm into Rupture was very, very good. I think Morgana's Soul Shackles did manage to land during that team fight as well, and that practically won them the fight. Again, trying to go for the set. I'm not sure where the decision making for that was, and now in 1, I might be able to just solo this. But it doesn't look like Okay.
What am I saying? That was a free Baron and they just gave away Cho'Gath. What did you do?
Why are you walking away, Cho'Gath?
Oh, dear Lord.
Okay, I'm not sure what just happened there, but
we both don't have words for that. That was supposed to be a guaranteed Baron, and Cho'Gath was like, "All right, you guys can handle it." It's like, did you not notice that your set was almost dead in the first place?
That would, like, an interview with them would be funny. I would want to know what happened there.
No, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to jinx things. Anyway, you know what's the funny thing? The because. Oh no,
oh, come on. There we go. Jarvan is trying to look for it. Dozy there is building a lot of damage. Probably that's going to be at a Guardian Angel. He is going to be the one going in first. But he's
alright, I'll just give you something fun. Just to laugh off, right? Because Cho'Gath didn't get to use his ultimate, he got to delete. I forgot who he did delete, but he deleted somebody on the back line because he had his ultimate. He's just like, yeah, 500 HP. Nah, not anymore, man. Chop.
I think it was the Silas. But Silas was just alone in the backline trying to deal with the Jarvan at the same time. But like getting trumped num, probably, you know.
Yeah, I was, if I'm not mistaken, I was pretty sure I saw a flash feast, which was pretty funny because Jarvan could say, "See, I planned for all this to happen. I took away the dragon so that you could flash eat someone else."
Predicted.
All right, so 25 minutes of the game now. Now Baron not secured by Vamos under interesting circumstances, as they now have to prepare and set up vision for Baron.
Oh, they do. Vamos does have bot lane pushing in their favor, and a couple of vision.
coming
Oh, there we go again. 7 Eternal is gonna be the first one to get caught, but that is Call of the Fort, was it? And that was preemptively used. They're not gonna go in with it. Disengage did work. They managed to save out 7 Eternal, but that just gives Vamos a lot of time. Like, yo, we can probably do Baron at this point. And they are going to go for it.
They do know that Zac was forced to back. They are going to start the Baron. They have clear vision on it already. But Ziggs also does not have the Mega Inferno Bomb. So if Zac doesn't come in time, this is definitely a Baron that's going to go to Vamos right now. He's not in stealable range as this Feast from Cho'Gath actually getting in. They are going to go for an engage right now. Yep. Silas getting ready with the Soul Shackles from Morgana, but he's still getting knocked out. He does not get position for it. He's going to get
Cataclysm. But that is Dozy, yo, down 1!
Already. Silas is actually running out.
That is going to be a 2-4-2. Down 1, just, manages to stay out of there alive with the pristine positioning and C9 side. Will he get the knockup? He does get the knockup, but Deer 6 is going to get 1. That is a 1-for-1 trade, a triple kill. Ooh, flashes out of that Rupture. Minion Slayer, very, very low HP. That Baron fight was a little bit messy in a way, but it did manage to work out well. 3-for-3 exchange, but the thing is, Xphia just got even more fed, my guy.
It was definitely a good exchange for Team Vamos right now. I just feel a little bit awkward because Silas did take the he did take Soul Shackles from Morgana, and he did not use it the entire fight. He does not have Zonius yet, and he did not opt for Protoball forward to go for a Soul Shackles. So I think that it would have been better for him to just steal a Set ulti or a Jarvan ulti for even, so that it would actually have contributed to some damage. Because I'm thinking about how much impact he could have made if he actually had a different ultimate instead.
That Cho'Gath is huge. Oh, yeah, that's just gonna deal a lot of damage later on.
Yeah, if we look at Cho'Gath right now, he does have 12 stacks on his passive. He is maxed out. Is he maxed? Yes, he is maxed out on gaining stacks from minions, and he is now looking for champions and Dragon and Baron to feast on, which is probably why he got pretty mad at the Dragon incident.
Well, that would most definitely make a lot of sense. Now with Baron in with the...
But it's okay. He managed to get a feast out of a champion after that for his trouble, so that's not too bad. As we can see, a miss again, but that's going to be a root from the Xphia, preventing them from re-engaging. 7 Eternal just not hitting those slingshots anymore. Even the last game, he was actually having problems with those slingshots.
And from the looks of it, this might be the push that Vamos needs. And now in 1, this is pretty much a beast right now. 13-1. They just need to find a way to deal with the Xphia. And Dozy just like going all in, kamikaze, going like just trying to cataclysm as much people as he can. Just trying to cage him up and set too. No one can really deal with him as easy as before. He's just gonna be taking the siege down bot lane. Second turret is most definitely gonna fall. Never mind, minions are gone, and ooh, that could have been a route towards the Silas, and the bind is gonna land, taking some damage there. And since Xphia is there, sieging the turret is definitely gonna be fine. But they do have, Vamos does have couple of minions pushing down top lane for them as well, so it's gonna be hard for Xphia to deal with this later on. Just, wow.
Yep. So almost 30 minutes into the game, it is an 8,000 gold advantage, as well as 8 kill advantage, really, for Fabos right now. They managed to get a few team fights that went in their favor and are now pulling ahead. The Xayah is 13-1. The only death she had was early on in the bot lane, and since then she has not died a single time. She is now 5 items in actually, and she's going to go for the Executioner's Calling into the I believe it's Mortal Reminder as her last item. You know, Xayah is almost full items at 30 minutes. This is actually pretty scary. The Guardian Angel is coming out from Darwin.
250
Yeah, actually, now that I
CS as
think
well.
about it, right? See, not even a Guardian Angel onto Xayah. She is that confident that her team can keep her alive that she is opting out of the defensive item and going for a full offense kit, so to
Because
speak.
the thing is, during the fight at Better Pit, while all of that, you know, whatchamacallit was happening during all the mess of a team fight that was happening, she stayed at full health pretty much like 100% of, you know, the team fight until everything was over. Her positioning was pretty good, and, you know, probably the help from Morgana or the rest of his teammates did amount to that. But hey, that's just how confident she is, how confident Xayah is on his team, as well as on her own abilities, you know? Especially when you're playing at this high
Yep.
caliber. Yep, he's been paying. Okay, Dragon is going to be spawning up in 1 minute. They do have control over vision in their jungle. Top lane as well as bot lane is pushing in their favor. So they just need to look for picks here. Spring Team might see someone. Oh, that is going to be the ward. Pick ward is going to get destroyed. Man, everyone from Xphia is getting tankier and tankier.
Yep, definitely getting really tanky indeed. The Cho'Gath getting feast stacks, getting bigger and bigger by the moment. And Set is going to be the beautiful anti-tank. You know, what would you do if you were Xphia right now? Like, what would you find as a way to win the game? Like,
Get
the lack of
Xayah.
ADC, we can see is really hurting them. And I do believe that if they went for a Kaisa pick, things would be extremely different right now.
Most definitely different. But there we go. I think Deer 6 is just going to get caught out of there. But he is going to use his bombs to jump out of there alive. His satchel. And if the Rupture would have landed, that would have been probably a death for him. Oh, trying to go in for the poke again. But C9 Snipe all alone. He might be forced to flash out of it. Unless... Yep, that is going to be a dragon for them. A debate. 4-man trying to chase the big guy. And Spring Tea versus Streza. From the looks of it, yep, Spring Tea might be losing that fight. But he's just going to back up. Streza not able to kill him just yet. Infernal Soul is for them now. That's a lot of damage. Oh man, yep, Baron is within the sights of both teams. But Xphia is just trying to turtle up as much as they can and trying to look for an opportunity that can get them the W. They just need to get one more. They just need one good team fight and probably end the game. But the thing is, Vamos has been doing very, very well, especially now in one, maneuvering around, you know, all the skill shots that's trying to, you know, defend them. And the fact that Xayah ultimate is, you know, Xayah ultimate, you can just be alive. And Seven Eternal trying to look for the flank.
33 minutes in, we do have a full.
Oh, is that going to be the
Xayah
drive-by? Ooh, not going to be enough!
A failed attempt to steal the Baron, and
Yup.
we can see here Nautilus already forced to escape.
That is going to be the chop!
The Cho'Gath getting a kill, and now everyone's forced to run away. Ord will be forced to flash away, but he gets rooted again. He's not going to make it alive. That's going to be a 14-1 Xayah flashing up the mastery remote right there. There is nothing much that Xphia can do right now. This game 2 is definitely Vamos' game to throw should they lose it. But with 5 people strong and with triple Infernal Dregs with the soul in it, it is impossible that they are going to fail this.
Oh, that showstopper was pretty nice there. Now. And here we go again. Cho'Gath just doing Cho'Gath things. Nobody can deal with the Xayah. Busty Crusher is up. They're trying to do as much as they can, knowing that Down 1 doesn't have his ultimate, but hey, dealing a lot of damage. 16 kills, full on item build. And that is gonna be second game on towards Bama. We are gonna get we're gonna head on into a game 3, ladies and gentlemen. You better be excited because whoever wins is gonna be facing off against Team Sigma again tomorrow evening. You'd love to see it. And Coco, closing thoughts before we head on into a break.
I think this is why they've been banning Xayah against Famos for the whole tournament.
Probably the reason why. But the thing is, though, as we've said earlier on during Champ Select, maybe a Kaisa instead of the Zays would have been different because, yes, all AP from Xphia is definitely going to be a bit hard. Year 6 is going to get the
I feel like this
risk,
team composition would have been fine if they had a different mid laner.
such
Because I'm not saying that Silas is bad, but like if they did want to run the AP bot as they did, maybe they needed something else like should I dare say something like a Kale top,
Or
like
Zed mid.
something that shreds, right? Because they
Mhm.
didn't really have something to answer the tank shredding.
Yeah, or what Sigma did with, Kane mid. Even Sanada pulling that out. Crazy. You guys should watch that VOD once we upload it tonight. That was crazy.
I don't
crazy.
think Kane mid is something that someone would really prepare for exclusively, so
yeah.
I don't expect to see it, not today at least.
Maybe maybe a different jungler instead of a Zac. Maybe keep the Silas. Maybe put in, I don't know, a Zac. Not a Zac. What am I saying? A Twitch jungler.
Just switch out the jungler, right? Something
Yeah.
new. We'll see what happens next game. We are definitely going to expect a Xayah ban. We 100% do not think that they are going to allow that Xayah to go through anymore.
Most
I
definitely.
don't
not.
know if they are going to allow the Jarvan to stay. The Jarvan's been not too bad in terms of jungling. I mean, in terms of the whole game. I don't know if they blame the whole game on Jarvan having good ganks at bot, or that Xayah just really pulled off because,
Yeah.
a lot of ganks went bot lane and
The turning
it just
point.
suddenly it went in favor for Vamos.
The turning point for Vamos is most definitely that initial 4v2 in the bot lane. The Morgana, I think she managed to soul shackle at least a couple of people before she died when she went gold, and the Xayah flashing out with her ultimate, rooting at least 2 to 3 people during that moment gave enough time for the Jarvan, for everyone else to TP in and get the kill. That was turning point for me. But yeah, we're gonna head on into a short break before game 3. Hope you guys are ready. Hope you guys are as excited as we are. And be right back. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Weekend Warriors X ESB League of Legends Online Tournament. This is game number 3 between Xphia Gaming as well as Vamos. Xphia won the first one. Hey, no, Vamos won the first one. Wait, no. Xphia won the first one.
Xphia won the first one. Vamos won the second one. We are going back game 3 right now.
There we go.
is going back on the blue side, alright? And they are going to have the Zion right away. They are not dealing with it anymore. It's going to be the same set of bans so far, though. That's what I'm going to highlight.
The Anivia, and that is going to be a Wukong and Vladimir ban. Yeah, as Coco said, same set of bans. Same, but different, but still same. Come on. And that is going to be Olaf. Again, a lot of targeted picks from both sides. And last but not least, it's going to be a Zac. No, Lucian, just kidding. Okay.
There's no reason to ban the Zac, really, because as we saw in game 2, the Zac wasn't as influential.
My
but
goodness.
it is going to be the setup first pick again. But this does mean that Vamos actually does, I wouldn't say should have a strategy prepared, but they do know what composition they might run into this, so they know what they have to avoid.
Oh, Affiliates! He is going to be left out early.
Oh, yeah. One thing they can avoid, I'll say right now, is not playing Carthage Jungle.
No, it's gonna be a Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa into Lulu bot lane. Now one particularly well known for his Kai'Sa as well. In the past couple of tournaments he's joined. Yo, I'd love to see this. Vamos.
A good Kai'Sa supported by a Lulu. This is going to be protect the Kai'Sa composition. I expect the Ardent Sensor to come in so that Kaisa can actually build spec into a different build, so to speak, right? Not have to focus on
Mm-hmm.
attack speed too much.
And the
But
thing is,
with the setup pick, are we gonna see Renekton? That's all I want to ask. And the answer I'm searching for is a no.
it might be a Senna Jarvan though, because if I'm not mistaken, last night they did play the Senna into Jarvan against Phantasm, so they might try and pull it off again. They are at the blue side, so they're gonna first pick the Senna as soon as they can, and not just a little bit of background from Vamos there. Vamos had a lot of experience during our last League of Legends, playing with other Malaysian teams, so that's probably gonna be a factor in them improving. But that is C9 snap. We're going to lock in the Cho'Gath again. And let's go.
Yeah, Cho'Gath working out pretty well for them the last game. I don't expect to see the Silas Mint again, but if they do, we'll find out what happens in a bit. But anyway, they are going for bans. They are once again banning the Veigar from the mid lane. We see here the picks left is the jungle and the top lane. They have already picked their Jarvan, so I might see a set ban. They might not want to deal with
never
that
pick
set
a fight you
exactly
can't
coming out
win.
already. And the last ban coming from Vamos right now, what is left? The ADC and the mid roll. They are probably going to take away
Oh,
the. They are taking away
yep,
the
makes a lot of
Renekton.
sense.
I don't know. I want to argue with it just because was the. I don't think the Renekton was that effective in the bot lane. Sure, they might have. Sure, they were a little bit annoying, but I don't think it was a major contribution to the bot to the win in that game.
And the final ban is gonna be the Mordekaiser. They're not gonna deal with Mord in the top lane, but those to go pick this time, my guy.
So we have the jungle and the mid and the top lane pick left. I expect a Lee Sin pick over here.
Oh,
Oh no, it's a
Hecarim, not
Hecarim.
bad, yeah. That works out pretty well too, especially with his ultimate. Yo, much pain.
This is once again another engage heavy composition. We are expecting the Hecarim to synergize with the Kaisa so that to allow the Kaisa to run in, with the Lulu going to use the up the. Oh my god, what is the ultimate called?
Onslaught of Shadows.
No, Lulu's ultimate.
I don't remember. I don't know why I remember Hecarim, but yes, I know what
Overall.
you're trying to say.
Anyway, we're gonna see a LeBlanc pick in, which is finally a. We've been seeing pretty dominant LeBlanc so far.
But Minion Slayer though, not
But
gonna
we
go
also
for the
did see
set.
a LeBlanc that cost a different game.
Oh, let's not talk about that.
But that wasn't Xphia, so we should be fine with it. And
We-
that's gonna be a Nocturne pick in. So if you are right, it's going to be a Senna Jarvan bot lane.
Jarvan. Oh, that is gonna be a Nocturne being locked in by Vamos. Now, final pick up in the top lane. What is he gonna be picking against the Ornn? And yo, we have not seen an Aatrox
I was
in quite
about
a
to say
while.
Aatrox, actually. Yes, we do see a
Okay.
locked in. Yeah, I
Let's
actually
go.
was going to say Aatrox because I've noticed that that all teams have been hovering Aatrox every time they see an Ornn, and I think this is the first time we're actually going to see the Aatrox locked in, just because I believe this is the first time Set has actually been banned.
Yeah.
When they've been hovering Aatrox, so
And the thing is, Set and the Mordekaiser have been banned out as well. So, it doesn't leave him much to play against an Ornn. So, you know what? Aatrox is a very good pick. So, let's go. And Lulu's ultimate is called Wild Growth, says Caramel
there we go.
Macchiato.
It's not overgrowth. That's Cyrus ultimate. That's okay. Anyway, let's look into the aspects of this composition, right? Early game, Kaisa bot lane versus the Senna Jarvan bot lane, right? It's definitely going to be a level 2 rush again, just because both of these Jarvan level 2 rush is always a must. It's because you get the EQ combo. If and when it lands, you can follow up with the Senna Last Embrace, which is going to apply that route, and that's going to be a very swift first blood, or at least a force flash. Kaisa Lulu, not the best level 2 team in terms of early bot lane aggression. Kaisa hitting level 2 means she's gonna get an escape. She's gonna have her Q ready. Lulu, it's gonna give her the polymorph. most likely, and a slow, right? So we are not expecting too much aggression from Kaisa and Lulu in terms of engages. They are going to try their best to poke Senna and Jarvan out, but we are expecting a quick level 2 rush so that they can go for an EQ combo, just like how we saw in game 2, right? It didn't work out for them, but they are definitely going to try to go aggressive there. Mid lane, LeBlanc versus Cho'Gath. What do you think about this one?
Mid lane, because like it could go both ways. If LeBlanc manages to stop Cho'Gath very early on in the game, she could just snowball it, as hard as she wants. Start roaming, get a lot more kills, and Cho'Gath will be, a bit tough to deal with. But if knowing C9 Snipe, he is, very good player, very very skilled, and like Cho'Gath, you just need to get him strong enough till late game, or like just get him to survive early to mid game, right? And then once he stacks up
Exactly.
all the stacks that he wants, all his passives, and gets some of his core items, he's just gonna be a force to reckon with. And more than anything, he just needs to out survive, outscale the LeBlanc. Granted, LeBlanc
Yep.
can
And
deal a lot of damage later in the game, but once Jarvan gets late as well, he's just gonna get super super tanky.
oh yeah, I definitely agree with you on that one. The only thing I do want to say is that you can for the Cho'Gath to play against the LeBlanc, right? You can use your Raptor onto the distortion area of LeBlanc so that if she decides to jump back, she is forced. She will get knocked up immediately, and that goes a trade in favor for Cho'Gath. But anyway, I think instrumental definitely here is going to be. I feel like I always highlight the jungle matchup, but hmm,
It's a little bit too hard because
it
Nocturne.
is still an jungle influential matchup because
Mm-hmm.
there is no lane in this game. In this, there's no lane right now that it's gonna pull a significant advantage that's going to pour over into another lane. So far, both of these junglers, for all the games, even in the last few days, right? It's the junglers enabling their laners to be able to start rolling. So I do think that early game is still going to come down to jungling, and I hopefully we are not going to see a level 2 Krug start from both of these teams.
Here we go again. But okay, speaking of carries and whatnot, LeBlanc, whether she gets fed or not, she's still gonna be a monster to deal with. And the later the game goes, the only champions that might be able to get assassinated by her is most definitely gonna be bot lane. But that is still a 50-50 chance because Lulu can polymorph her as soon as she comes very close. And Kaisa, if she does get her ultimate up, she can get a boost up with her shield, and LeBlanc won't be able to instantly delete anyone as easy compared to other champions. I feel Cho'Gath is a tank, Hecarim is a tank, Aatrox, bruiser tank ish sort of feel. So if LeBlanc can get it rolling for her as soon as she can, now that probably could have been a turning point for Xphia to get the dub. But as you said, depends on the junglers if they can enable their players, enable their lanes, and yeah, inside the rift, this is gonna be Xphia versus Vamos. Xphia is gonna be on the blue side of the map this time, with Streza, Streza as Ornn in the top lane, Seven Eternal as Nocturne in the jungle, Minion Slayer as the LeBlanc in the mid lane, as well as Bussy Crusher, Deer 6 as Senna AD carry, Bussy Crusher as Jarvan in the support, and we have on the blue side, we have Aatrox, Spring TJP in the top lane, Hecarim, Dozy in the jungle, C9 Snipe as Cho'Gath in the mid lane, Noun 1 as Kaisa, AD carry, Wind Thunders as the Lulu support. And the thing is, I'm surprised that Kaisa did not take Pressy Attack. I'm not sure if there was any changes in regards to Kaisa, but Hail of Blades, okay. Oh,
Hell of Blades Kaisa is definitely an interesting thing, but that is just a little bit too much forward positioning for taking a lot of damage from the Aatrox right there. Hail of Blades Kaisa is going to be a relatively interesting build. I don't think there has been significant changes that warrants a Hail of
Minions
Blades.
have spawned.
because I feel like Kaisa would have um been more stronger I guess.
No, but what it does tell me is that they are looking for extremely short skirmishes, right? So it is kind of like how Vayne plays out, where you kind of look for 3 shots with your silver bullet and you're out. So with the Halo Blades, the idea is that you're gonna get an auto attack in. Halo Blades gets ready. You quickly get your 3 auto attacks in. After that, and you go for the passive proc from Kaisa, and you get out of that fight, right?
Oh, the rupture is gonna land on towards Minion Slayer there. But they do know where Hecarim's location is. They did put a ward on towards his red buff, so he is gonna skip out on chickens there, and that is gonna be the first couple of pokes from DF6 as well as Wind Thunders. Round one. Ooh, the poke from the Senna is just gonna be very, very annoying, especially combined with glacial augment. It's just gonna, disrupt your momentum, like moving
Yep,
here
and
is
actually, as you
slow.
can see, the forward positioning from both Busty Crusher and Deer 6 right now, they know they are going to hit level 2 right after this. The last minion at the back there dies, and now they are going to go for defensive. You see the last embrace getting the root onto 2 people right now, the EQ combo right away. That's going to be an ignite, that's going to be a force flash. There are 2 flashes right there, that's going to be first blood.
Ooh. That was a very beautiful fight in the bot lane. Deer 6, no, they didn't expect it. That early level 2 aggression, as you said earlier on, that got them the dub. And from the looks of Minion Slayer is winning the pokes against C9 Snipe. The early game aggression from LeBlanc as well. Gonna be pushing C9 Snipe a little bit back as of right now.
Yeah, they did not respect the level 2 combo right there, right? This is definitely something you have to pay attention to, especially because you are quite behind. If you know you're gonna get behind, right? There's no reason to stay in range for a Senna snare. They might have underestimated the range of that snare, I would say, and that went really bad for that. So we're gonna get into a good gank on the mid lane.
Wow.
The Black Force of Flash right there, but it's not gonna be too good as the Hecarim actually is gonna secure the kill right there.
Yeah, both of them trying to flash for secure for the kill. It is gonna be cash money, and both traded, and Spring TJP is gonna win that fight, and that is Conqueror and the lifesteal from A-Strong. Gonna get the W over the Ornn. Okay. Wow. Was it? I think
Yep.
even the Ornn wasn't expecting that amount of damage, but the lifesteal from Conqueror and his, Aatrox's innate lifesteal is gonna work out well. Got the kill. He has not backed off yet, and is a couple of CS lead above. He's just gonna reset, get some more items, and fight again another day.
Yep, we see the Doctor right now just counter jungling the Hecarim there. He is just trying to rush level 6. There's not really a lane for him to gank. His team was actually pretty aggressive against the Cho'Gath, against the bot lane. And Ornn actually dying over there. So there's actually not too much for Nocturne to do right now.
And now one taking a couple of pokes, couple of hits from the Senna. A bit of pain. And here we go. C9 Snipe is above in CS. Like by, what? 10? 9, 10? And he has been surviving out the early game pretty well against Minion Slayer. He is missing gonna be a little change, but that is gonna be the trade. He won that trade. And they're looking for a dragon push, a dragon take here from Xphia. They are picking it, and Jarvan has warded the entrance for bot side jungle. They do know they want to get it, so it's about time. It's a matter of time at this point. And that the trades, man, LeBlanc is doing a lot of damage, as well as the top lane. The trades between these two, and Aatrox is gonna mess it up a little bit. The combo. It's not gonna land. It's just, Ornn being a little bit too tanky for him, and the corruption potion healing the damage that Aatrox been doing up for him. That's gonna be a bit of a difficult matchup. But
yeah, but now Minion Slayer actually has to watch out right now, because we do have Cho'Gath at level 630, and she's been taking a lot of those ruptures in the face.
And with that dragon in, free for the
that
taking,
ocean dragon.
Nobody expected them to do it early, or like Badmos just had no vision earlier on, and that's pretty much free. And I think that's gonna help him out in lane just a little bit. Ooh, embrace. Death embrace is not gonna land towards anyone. Hit a minion instead, and I just feel like if I was Sekiro, I'd try to look for an opportunity to gank up top a bit more. Aatrox did manage to get a kill early on, and maybe try and get something more from that. And 7 Eternal is definitely gonna be reaching 6 soon.
Yep, and actually, if I was the bot lane of Xphia over there, I would have actually, after that push onto the tower, I would have just taken a ward, right? After placing that ward, I would have walked up the river, clear as much vision as possible to try and see if we could get a sneaky gank onto mid. But that did not play out, and as we see that C9 is right now, just securing the Scuttle Crab, getting yet another stack for his ultimate.
7 minutes in, currently 1 and 2 in favor for Vamos. They are ahead by 400 gold. A little bit negligible, but hey, at this point, still early on to say who's gonna get the dub.
Yep, and both teams actually playing it really safe right now, right? Because this is the elimination match. It's game 3. It doesn't matter who won the last game. It's do or die. You win this, you go to the finals. You lose this, you are locked in 3rd place, right? And now we can see that the next set of the action is going to start soon, as Nocturne and Hecarim are trying to their best to rush to level 6. But this blue buff towards the minutes there is going to slow down the level 6 progression.
And if history serves me well, every time we have a tournament, it's gonna be either Xphia or Vamos fighting for 3rd or 2nd. And so far, Vamos has been the one winning, getting the dubs, against Xphia. Will they be able to break this curse? I really hope so. I'd really love to see it. We get to see a finals between Xphia or Xphia against, Sigma, and that is going to be Onslaught of Shadows. It is going to land to tier 6. Very, very low. He is forced to flash out of there, but that is Darkness. Ooh, that might be an early chop. That is going to be a flash piece. Minions. Slayer is going to force to dash out of there. Still alive. C9 Snap trying to look for the Rupture. Is going to get the knock up towards Minion Slayer. The Lulu lasers? I don't know. She's gonna force out of it, but Dozy taking a lot of damage. That might be a kill. Oh, Wind Thunder's just trying to save him, but it is not gonna be enough. That is a level 8 LeBlanc against a level 6 Hecarim. Won't be cash money, and Bussy Crusher is there trying to get the re-engage on towards Wind Thunder. She is gonna not ult herself, but she is still alive. Bussy Crusher, even though level 6, Cataclysm is gonna go towards Wind Thunder. Will he get some more EQ out of there? But Minion Slayer doing a lot of damage. Now one is gonna ult inside the fray. They get another kill on towards Minion Slayer. Bussy Crusher is gonna wait out of there alive.
That was a 3-minute long fight. The score went from 1-2 to 3-4. And Rift Herald going for Nocturne as they're going to go for engage top lane. Nocturne does not have paranoia, so he's going to run. He does miss the knockup though. He's going to slow down the Aatrox. Aatrox forced to use the ultimate World Ender over there. He's trying to get some damage onto the Ornn.
That is a lot of damage
right now, and actually he dies.
Ornn is just gone, and Cho'Gath is making his way up there. If he lands a Rupture, nope, he does have the spell shield. Even if it landed, he would have been alive, but that is just unfortunate from the Ornn. A little bit too over aggressive, but he paid for his life, and that might be a tower plate for them. More money for them. Cho'Gath he is getting fed there. Above in CS against the LeBlanc, and he got a kill above LeBlanc as well.
Yep, and that's not something you really expect to see in this LeBlanc in this range versus melee matchup. That's a better way of saying it. That's not something you really expect to see, but it is 10 minutes into the game. Slight advantage going to Vamos right now.
Oh man!
Onslaught of Shadows to run away. That was a little bit ambitious from Hecarim, I would say.
Yeah, even if he did try to go, the burst damage from LeBlanc is just gonna be a little bit too much for him. And LeBlanc, you know what? Instead of giving some more kills, oh, C9 Snap with the Hex Spec item. The slow is going to go down as well as the silence, but the Citadel Chains will put him in his spot. Not going to be able to chase him out. And some more skirmishes in the bot lane. And so far, bot lane has been relatively even besides the roams that they have been doing.
Exactly, and Nocturne finally has his ultimate again, not being able to use his ultimate earlier, having to force use it defensively to try and keep his teammate alive. The Senna, I believe, up,
Mm-hmm.
but only having to fail with it. But he is here sneaking the Dragon Knight down. He's really low.
Oh,
If Lulu notices this, he could actually try and get the kill. The
but
ultimate
Lulu
force
is.
partner, Jarvan is actually going to get the kill onto Lulu, and that is just coming in the nick of time.
Oh, there
But
we
now
go.
they have to
Dozy
deal with
wants to go
Hecarim
in
coming in.
again.
The teleport's already in
Now
from
one
both teams. That's
jumps
going to be a
in
fight right
inside.
now. Senna is actually getting really low, going onto the Kaisa. He's very low right now. Kaisa almost dead, but no, forced to go golden. Senna is about to die, having been killed by the Aatrox right there. Call the Force God, going to hit nobody, narrowly hitting the Kaisa forced using the little emote as a BM right there. She survived with about 50 HP. That team fight just went really sour for Xphia.
Yo, that's the thing, Round one, he was in a tight situation right there. I'm not sure how she manages to survive that Kaisa out of there with very, very little HP. If Ornn's ultimate would have hit her, she would have most definitely been dead. And now Dozy, will he be a bit greedy to try and go in for the ward? He wanted it, but no. Seeing Minion Slayer as well. 77 trying to go for the push. Yeah, I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna fight back. Ooh, here we go.
Right, the bank going aggressive onto him again, but look at that, the rupture onto the distortion.
Yep, he is
Buying
gonna go gold
some time.
with Thunders and
Gold
Dozy
right now.
making go in there, but ooh, that is gonna be the ultimate from that is what, Overgrowth? No, that wasn't Overgrowth.
What, bro?
Wild
That-
Growth.
That timing for the onslaught of shadows coming just perfectly, fearing the LeBlanc and buying just enough time for Lulu to come in with that wild growth. That is just really key as Jarvan is trying to catch Lulu in mid rotation right now.
Oh, there we go. Now one is gonna get the couple of attacks on towards the 6 there. If he did have ultimate, most definitely would have gone in. Busty Crusher was in the river trying to look for something, but that is Spring TJP wanting to go with the early aggression again against Treza. Before this, you were winning with that on. I won't be able to do damage, but here we go again. C9 Snipe is gonna get feared, and yo, the auto attacks is just hurting him right now. Wanna just prevent this. Jarvan, Senna, as well as the LeBlanc pushing down mid lane. They wanna get this, and that is Cataclysm early on. That is a shutdown gold for the Jarvan. Lulu, that's a little bit dangerous.
Right now, Paranoia forced to use. He gets the Fiora onto the Nocturne, but no, the charge forward from the Aatrox is going to get the kill. And now we have a knock up onto the Senna. She's just taking so much damage. And it's a double kill for Aatrox already. Call the Force God coming out. He's trying to catch the Hacker. He does get it, but the team is not going to follow up. There's actually no one left alive to follow up.
And Aatrox is just pretty big right now. 5-0-2, and that was a full HP Senna there, and he just was able to 100-0 him very, very quickly with the help of Hecarim. And I thought that was
2 levels ahead of Senna. There is not too much surprise on that. He is already 1 full item complete, and Senna is technically a support for all things considered. So it is not too surprising the amount of damage that was dealt onto it, especially because she took all the hits from the sweet spot of Aatrox.
And the thing is, that almost looked like it was in favor for Xphia there. Pushing mid, all of them was converging down mid lane, but in the end, it did not work out well for them at all. So that's just unfortunate timing for them. And now it looks like it's going to be another push down from the bot lane, but not going to be enough whilst, Deer 6 and the Jarvan trying to defend it with the
I will
lives.
say that was definitely the lack of vision costing Xphia those kills right there. If they had just a little bit more vision, they would have seen the rotations coming in.
Oh, that is going to
from
be another
Amos right now as-
engage. Nope,
Yep.
JK.
Trying to go aggressive, not getting anything out of it.
But he is looking out for some more than Busty Crusher. Just trying to look for these opportunities. He is going to be building the... What is that? Ravenous Hydra on early on. So he wants to build the damage. And that is, a lot of damage onto his minion Slayer. Forced to use the distortion?
The Mimic Distortion, actually.
Yes,
And
the Mimic Distortion. To just
C9
run over.
Snipe on that Cho'Gath has just been so good against LeBlanc. He uses, if you've noticed, his Rupture is always on after the LeBlanc has burnt Distortion, he always uses it at the return position, and somehow Minion Slayer always just walks back into it without realizing there is a rupture there and taking so much unnecessary CC damage. Cho'Gath is just doing a good job keeping this LeBlanc in check.
Most definitely, he is above in CS and a kill ahead. Not just that, like during team fights or like during lane skirmishes against the LeBlanc, you would have thought the LeBlanc would have won it, right? But no, it's just, you know, Cho'Gath, the later the game gets, he's just gonna be pretty big. And right now, he's not the only one. He's not the only force to reckon. Sprinky is getting pretty fed. Ooh, the dash will not be enough. That is gonna be an engage. And Busty Crusher, the only one left, and that is All Cloud of Shadows. Deer 6 is the only one left remaining, and that is 2 kills. That is 2-man gank up in the top lane, but the life steal from Aatrox is gonna keep him alive for just a bit, and that is a flash. And a dragon and a mid lane. That was pretty much like what? 2 for 1 for a turret and dragon. And
I'm not
possibly
sure if you
another
can
turret.
count there, my friend, but you know what? Counting is not your strong suit. They are going to get another turret
Exactly.
to secure for themselves, Vamos. As you can see that now, the rotations are going towards top lane. They are trying to secure the Rift Herald. As if we pan the camera over to the top real quick, it's going to be a disengage by Xphia, the teleport coming in from Aatrox. They definitely try to secure them off. And the cancel recalls from Minion Slayer and Silver Internal might cost them actually. That is going to be a
Oh
trouble
my
recall.
goodness, that is a
That's the
reaction.
chain coming in from Aatrox right there. And no, that's going to be extra damage onto Minion Slayer. Minion Slayer just doing a really bad job of dodging skill shots right now.
And I feel like that teleport from Streza was kind of forced to that. Okay, this might be a team fight. I need to be here. But you know what? No, it didn't amount to much. But from the looks of it, it's going to be another 1v3 with, you know, World Ender is forced to go off. But Sprinky DP against 3 other players. No amount of life steal can save you there. And Minions here is going to get the kill. You disrupted my recall. I'm going to kill you instead. Hecarim a little bit too late, forced to defend the top tower alone. Well, the two of them try and take it. Waiting for Cho'Gath to make his appearance, but a little bit too late, I guess. He does not have Onslaught of Shadows. He's gonna manage to scare them out a little bit, trying to look for
He is
something.
going to show up now because Cho'Gath is here. He's going to summon the Rift Herald just because he can. As Call the Forge coming in, going to distract them for a little while. That's going to force the disengage over there. Jarvan coming in, looking for a flag right now. 4 people rotating to top for Xphia.
Yep, and the thing is, Aatrox does not have teleport, and now one still a little bit far in the mid lane, and Deer 6 making her way up in the top lane. Streza is not gonna land her knockup. Ooh, but C9 does. Yo, that might be a dead 6, but no, that is Cataclysm. He needs to back up. Wall Overgrowth is gonna save him just a little bit, buy him some more time. Now one finally arrives to the fray, but almost everyone is dead. C9 Snap is gonna get the knockup, but here we go. Sprinky TP gonna go in for the re-engage. Now one trying to look for Streza, and yo, that might be a dead Streza polymorph, and is gonna get down one. Gonna give him a kill. That is a 2-for-1 revenge kill there. And yo, that was most definitely in XD's favor at the very least until that last team fight where everybody has, you know what, we back off the damage. Whoa! That is the elimination. That is the snipe. The assassination coming in from the LeBlanc. A lot of damage. He gets a double kill. Now one, you better back off. She has a lot of damage now. Deer 6 is trying to slow him down, but yo, T9 Snap, yo, what you trying to do? He is gonna get silenced. That is gonna be a triple kill, and no, you ain't gonna get another one. T9 Snap trying to go in for more. Righteous Glory is gonna land. The Rupture force him to go back, and that is a feast for him. Oh, what a save!
You know the team fight was really long when the team fight, the first kill from that team fight started with a feast from Cho'Gath and it ended with a feast from Cho'Gath.
Oh yeah, Cho'Gath's just gonna get the turret here. 7 Eternal ain't gonna do anything here. Dozy is making his way up there, but that is Call of the Forge. He is tanking the turret, not gonna be worth it. The shutdown goal is there, but Dozy is gonna get the snipe kill, the smite kill, and they're just gonna back off there. See what we said
I think
before
that
this?
was such a bad mistake from Vamos for not destroying that turret first. They unnecessarily tanked that turret shot, and it was actually what allowed 7 Eternal to get the kill onto C9's Knight.
And that was a shutdown kill too, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it
That was definitely a shutdown kill.
450 gold. And what we said before this with LeBlanc only being able to assassinate the Lulu, the Kaisa, and you know, right now, or maybe not even anymore, the Aatrox. Aatrox was relatively squishy. Right now he has like what the, let me hover over that item, Aegis of Legion there. So he's gonna get a little bit of tanky. So it's gonna be hard to kill him off as soon as she can. But the thing is though, she can only assassinate 2 people as soon as she can. The rest is a little bit tanky to eliminate, like, you know, in one go. So it's gonna be a little bit hard if, you know, the others scale as good as they are doing right now. 21 minutes in.
Yeah, I was about to say that we are 21 minutes in. The gold favor is still, the game is still in advantage for Vamos right now. They are getting a stronger grasp on the macro for the game of the map right now, as they are setting up for the 3rd dragon, as we see mountain dragon spawning already, and they are all prepared to take it.
Ooh, see, nice snipe there, just doing a lot of damage. And Wind Thunder is just waiting, and minions there is looking for something, and that might be, yep, that is gonna be a, I keep saying snipe, it's a smite for Dozy. They're not gonna leave it uncontested, and everyone else, or Aatrox, is just gonna try and go back, reset, and look to fight another day.
You have 2 mountain dragons going towards the Vamos right now, and that's going to be so annoying for Xphia. They are already having problems dealing with it. An already tanky Aatrox and a Cho'Gath. Aatrox already has bought his Death Dance, which does mean that with the additional resistance, not only is he taking less damage, he's going to die much slower. And look at that Rupture, like, C9 Snipe is just landing all those Ruptures, right?
And he's not even building AP. He's just building tank, and like, at this rate, landing all of the, especially last game as well. So it's gonna be a bit too hard for Xphia if they keep walking into those. Oh, Spring TJP again, 1 versus 2. He is gonna get the mark, but World Ender is gonna be there. He is gonna get slowed by 7 Eternals, Blade of the Ruin King. They're gonna try and snipe him in the alcove, but she does get the knockup on towards Minion Slayer. He's gonna get forced to flash out of Aatrox Q. And okay, they're okay.
Defensive paranoia force burnt over there, and that was 2 flashes burnt. But you know what? If you don't fit the Aatrox at this point, I would say it's worth it. But it does mean that next team fight they might be in trouble, as Bossy Crusher is pushing alone.
Yo, that landed. That was a very beautiful tag team combo from the Hecarim and the Kaisa. Yo, I wasn't expecting that to land or anything, but the fear into knockup into yo, that's just
the Hecarim charge over the wall. I think I'm thinking what Bossy Crusher is thinking, which is I thought he was safe after that.
Exactly.
That wall, that EQ over the wall, but no, it's like, yeah, you're over there. I see you. Here's a dash.
Okay, you're dead. Oh my goodness, that's just well played. Oh, here we go again.
It's recalling a little bit too front right there. That's 6. So far, it's going to be 24 and a half minutes in the game. 6 kills in advantage for Vamos right now. They do have a 3k gold lead, and the gold lead is going towards what I would say the correct people right now. So, Kaisa may not have all the gold in, but that is totally fine because, oh, actually, this is a little bit weird. Aatrox does not have the most gold in his team.
Oh, okay. Bossy Crusher almost getting knocked up there by the Rupture, but okay, so far alive, and that is gonna be Death Embrace landing to both of them. Rupture not gonna land. Wind Thunder is just waiting on the side, and Hecarim a little bit too far away in case the fight does break out. That's gonna be a little bit too difficult. They do have vision over that small rock. I'm not sure if they see it. I think they do.
No, they do have vision of them walking around, but they don't have that vision when they walk behind the rock. So that they do know there are members flying around, but they don't know how many there are. As we see here, Minion Slayer almost getting caught there by the Hecarim. She is still gonna think about getting that ward, which might be a terrible idea, as they're gonna siege into mid lane right now. I don't think Minion Slayer can execute anyone right now, and engaging in might be suicide.
And Basikosha is gonna get knocked up again from Rupture. Yo, he's been taking a lot of the damage, and from the looks of it, Dozy is just trying to look for an alternative route. They did lose bot lane turret trying to siege mid lane, but mid lane has been very, very low. Dozy is looking for the engage. There is a weird
right now. It's gonna be Alpha Shadows getting through. All three people feared. There's already one person dead, and sorry, Senna's about to get caught, and she's just barely alive as she's finally gonna fall. We have Orn right now just getting caught under the turret. That's gonna be a double kill for the Kai'Sa right there, and also a turret going towards Vamos.
Yo, that engage was very, very beautiful coming in from Dozy. The precision in that, like, you know, they have the confidence. They can definitely do this, and they did it. He managed to, outside of Shadows, landed to a good amount of players there, and LeBlanc instantly got 100 to 0. She was gone. She wasn't even doing anything during that fight, and from the looks of it, this Baron is essentially free for the taking.
Exactly. Nocturne, 7 internal on Nocturne. He uses a defensive paranoia to try and actually stall, but it did not work as Vamos was just confident and just gunned it down. And right now you can see that they do know that Dragon has spawned, and Dozy actually just did not recall. And this is really interesting because they should have just rushed to the Dragon right now. And at this point, they are conceding the Dragon.
Yeah, we were seeing some ping, but at the same time, we already have Baron. All of us were resetting, so you know, maybe not this time, because after Baron probably chunked him down a little bit, whilst you know most of Xphia is pretty much full HP. But Dozy,
I think that they could have actually went for Dragon because Dozy actually decided to take 3 jungle camps. So the amount of time that he took for that, he definitely had more than enough time to back and just run to Dragon and just check on what's happening.
And right now it's gonna be what you always say is textbook League of Legends. Push a lane with Baron and potentially get the W. And the split pushes is looking good so far. Bot lane is pushing in favor for Vamos, as well as the mid and top lane. The Baron buff minions is gonna be dealing a good amount of damage. I'm gonna be stalling them a lot.
That I would prefer a 1-3-1 split push just because there is actually no one who can deal with the Cho'Gath and the Aatrox right now, but they are going for a 4-person push as the Paranoia is coming in. They're trying to delete the backline of Kai'Sa, and they actually finally succeed. Lulu is actually pretty low right now. He's going to go down, and they do get the 3rd kill right now. It's going to be 2 members left alive on Vamos, but look at Dozy just managing to get a kill onto Senna, and Nocturne right now going golden, and it's going to be a good knockout from the Orb right now. Cho'Gath on the C9 snipe, trying to just salvage the situation, but he's going to get gunned down by basically LeBlanc, and he gets a good
kill! Oh my goodness! That could have been a good turnaround for the Cho'Gath, but yo, that was like what, a 5v4 fight? Or I think that was a 5v3 initially. I think Cho'Gath was still busy in the jungle, came in a little bit late, as well as the Hecarim, but they managed to salvage out that situation very, very well. The LeBlanc, see, no tanks were there. Cho'Gath was a bit far away. Hecarim was pushing mid. You know what? I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna delete these people, and he did. Kai'Sa is dead.
It all started with the paranoia from not Karthus, from Nocturne, you know, going in straight onto Kai'Sa, and he got the Kai'Sa down, which was the crucial part. Busty Crusher coming in with the Jarvan ultimate to seal them in. Wind Thunder's buying actually quite a bit of time by using the Wild Growth on himself, preventing 7 Eternal from getting the extra regeneration from that Triumph. But either way, Minion Slayer played well using their LeBlanc, LeBlanc doing LeBlanc things, which is distortion in and slowly come up. But look at that, C9 starts coming in with the teleport.
That is a very big Cho'Gath, and that is Springy JP teleporting in again. Busty Crusher is gonna lock that down 1, but it's not gonna be enough. Down 1 dealing a lot of damage. Polymorph on towards Streza. Dozy is just, you know what, I'm gonna try and kill you. You killed us last time. Nope, maybe now you're a little bit too tanky. You're gonna push down mid lane. They're gonna run it down. That was a beautiful engage from C9 Snipe, and is gonna knock Streza up. But yo, LeBlanc, now in 1, you better be careful. You don't have minions. You gotta have that Cho'Gath trying to block everything and just tank up for you. And you see
the ultimates from Xphia is up right now, but they don't have enough to actually take care of it.
And that is gonna be paranoia.
He's thinking about going in, but look at Vamos. They already know what's gonna happen, and what they do is they actually stack on top of Kaisa so that he cannot click on Kaisa to try and burst her down. That is very smart, and that's gonna be a defensive paranoia first.
I mean, have you seen the Cho'Gath? How are you gonna click on top of that? On top of Kaisa and Cho'Gath, he's that big. It's gonna be hard to try and click on
the
it.
real strategy. As Kaisa, you just hide under your Cho'Gath. You're never gonna get clicked on.
Well, 7 Eternal is trying to look for something, but Streza, I mean, C9 Snipes has been landing all of these ruptures whenever team fight is happening, and now they are gonna look for a disengage. We got a couple turrets, and Dragon is gonna be spawning up in 1 minute. Some of them's gonna reset. That they did pretty well. It was pretty cash money for them. And from the looks of it, Xphia is gonna make their way toward Dragon, whilst the rest of them reset it. Hecarim's is gonna run towards there, and we'll be safe. We'll be all right. We'll be ready. They see the LeBlanc recalling.
Yep, opting for the reset right now, but they do have to set up the dragon because it is a mountain dragon.
They do see it.
And also, oh yeah, that's very close. But yeah, it is a mountain dragon, and if they concede this to Xphia, that is going to be the mountain dragon soul.
And that
the team fights have been going pretty even,
very back and
ish.
forth.
But if it's it's been going back and forth. But if Vamos gets the engage, then that is going to be done for Xphia. But when Xphia gets the engage, we saw that bloodbath. Like everyone just barely survived with the nick of their health. If they manage to get this mountain soul, then
that is going to be Call of the Forge, a very early on engage, and the paranoia again going in for the defensive. Everyone is pretty much stacked up, and that is Dozy going down first. But known one is going to get wild growth up pretty big. And she is going to get a couple of kills, and that is Cho'Gath, dealing a lot of damage. Not looking good for Xphia right now. Jarvan is going to back off. Senna is going to back up as well as the... Who was that? Yeah, Jarvan and Senna, both of them backing off. Not going to be working out well for them. That was a beautiful team fight at the cost of one. Wind Thunder's preemptively ulted down one in case danger, in case anything happened, but... Cho'Gath being as big as he is right now, that is a bit tough to try and deal with alone. And Guardian Angel is gonna be the next purchase for Aatrox, so even harder to kill.
They have 3 mountain dragons. They already have so much defensive boon. That Guardian Angel is just gonna be so annoying. But that team fight from Xphia, that was just so unfortunate. The Jarvan Cataclysm actually trapped Minion Slayer inside, and that allowed the entire team to just collapse onto him with no escape as he distorted back into the Cataclysm.
That's just unfortunate timing. But I feel like Noun 1 played very well during that team fight. A couple of players was up in her face, but she was forced to use her dash out of there. I think Jarvan made it out alive, but 7 Eternal and Streza tried to jump up to her face, but as they did do that towards Vamos's backline, Snipe as well as Spring T also did that to their backline. So a lot of defensive flashes had to be used for DR6 and Bussy Crusher to just get out of that fight. Not gonna be worth it. And right now, textbook League of Legends, push with Baron buff and potentially get the W on this game. Ooh, Cho'Gath is gonna teleport down in the bot lane. It looks like he will be looking for an opportunity in the bot lane. Nope, he is not. That is a very tanky Cho'Gath. Not even building AP, except for that Hextech item.
Well, you have to remember though that Cho'Gath damage does scale with the number of stacks he has. The range on the damage on his E and the damage on his ultimate is going to scale the bigger he gets. The maximum health percentage damage actually increases with the number of stacks, and they are looking for the final push right now. They are Baron buffed up, and they do have triple mounted, and the Hextech GLP is just gonna kill everyone in the backline just so low.
And Dozy is gonna be the one who's gonna be tanking a lot of the damage, but it is definitely not gonna be enough. Dozy gets a double kill at that fight, and Cho'Gath is gonna get one, and down one getting two. Every one of them was being very, very big, very, very tanky. since what we said before, they're gonna be a bit tough to kill once late game kicks in. And Noun One just needs to be, he just needs to stay alive long enough to win the game, you know. And literally what happened, they won the game. This is gonna be a repeat of the tournaments before, and yo, we're gonna be seeing Vamos against Team Sigma again tomorrow evening. I'm pretty hyped for that match. But Coco, Ethan, closing thoughts for this final game of this evening.
I didn't like the setup pick, and it really showed in this game. Setup pick in game one was pretty decent, but if you look at, I mean, let's give credit where credit's due, right?
Yeah.
They actually got the first bot onto bot lane, which is pretty effective, but they didn't really have an answer for a late game Cho'Gath, right? The game just didn't go as well for Xphia, definitely, and especially at the early level 6 when they were supposed to get an advantage, right? That was when DR6 got caught at near the Dragon Pit, and Seven Eternal was forced to burn the Nocturne ultimate to keep him alive, and that actually prevented Xphia really from trying to get a level 6 gank from Nocturne to create a play, and then slowly onwards, the Aatrox getting the first item just being so impactful, Cho'Gath just slowly stacking up towards the end of the game. If we look at the damage graph, actually, it's Aatrox actually didn't deal as much damage as you think. The most damage done was actually by Cho'Gath with 30k. So yeah, it was just pretty well played by Vamos, I would say. Did you see any like particular mistakes that was just really bad? Because I think most of the fights just went in their favor, just because C9 Snipe just landed rupture after rupture after rupture. It's almost as if Xphia just never dodged a single rupture. Z, are you still with me?
Oh no, I muted my mic. I'm sorry. I think I accidentally pressed it. But what I was trying to say, wait, have I been muted dari tadi?
No. You passed it back to me. Then after that, then you just disappeared.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I must have like nudged it. But okay. C9 Snipe. I feel like the mistake was during the laning phase from Minion Slayer. She kept taking the disruptions to the face, hoping that the trade against Cho'Gath that she took was gonna be worth it. But in the end, it was for a little bit. But up to a certain point, when C9 Snipe was able to regen, or like he does have built-in health, I mean lifesteal, I think, with his empowered auto attack thing with his W. I think I don't remember, but Cho'Gath just managed to regen back up what she did to him, and just be okay and survive even longer. And Cho'Gath just became like a beast, literally. It was a bit hard to deal with, I'm not gonna lie. But not only that, yes, the center pick could have used like a proper, like an actual AD carry, because like Noun One did lock in the Kaisa Lulu, or like Vamos locked in Kaisa Lulu very, very early. So would have made sense for them to not choose.
No, they first picked Senna, which was the thing. So they could have at least changed the situation instead of going for the Senna AD carry and a support. And a bruiser bot lane, right? They could have went for the Senna support and an actual AD carry.
Right, exactly. That Senna pick could have been a flex pick one way or another, but they still opted out to go for the Jarvan in the bot lane. And I feel like Seven Eternal, as you said, forced to use his paranoia in a much more defensive manner as towards more aggression, because like he did got to 6 at the same time as the Hecarim, but like the pressure from the Nocturne was just never there. Every time a team fight happened, he forced to use it to save his friend, or to save his teammate, but never to actually engage, except for the final few battles up in the top lane, as well as in the jungle, I think, in the Dragon Pit, if I'm not mistaken. But
yes,
yeah, that's just about it. He didn't really use that ability to a point that, I'm 6, I can probably gank a lane like right now. But most of the time, like, he didn't really do that, So I feel like the global pressure from Nocturne Ultimate was just never there. At least that's my take.
I agree with you, but either way, GG and well played to both teams. That does mean that Xphia is knocked out of the tournament. They are locked into third place, and Vamos will head on to the finals to get their rematch against Sigma.
And before we sign off this evening, I'd like to take this time to thank our sponsors, The Box and Water, Asasyor Cafe, and Hot Tech College. And not to forget to thank the main sponsor for this evening, Esports Association Brunei. Tomorrow evening, we'll be starting an hour early, around 9 p.m., if I'm not mistaken, for the finals. It is definitely going to be a best of 5. So I hope you guys enjoy as much as we did looking at these fights here. It's been very very fun looking at these back and forths and like the macro game and how they play it, especially this type of caliber. And this is commentator Z and commentator Coco. We're signing out. Goodbye, people.
Good night.